Lucas plays bass clarinet in the band. He is being escorted this evening by his mom, Rosa Gonzalez, and his dad, Lucas Gallant Sr. Lucas is a 3-year member of the marching band, 2-year member of Key Club, a member of the Ohio Model United Nations, and has received an excellent rating in his solo and ensemble performance. His future plans are to go to college and study computer science. That's Lucas Gallant. Next up we have Aiden Like. He plays sousaphone in the band. He is accompanied this evening by his Uncle Andy and Aunt Melissa Black. Aiden has been in the marching band for 4 years and is proud that in 3 of those years they've made it to the state marching band competition. His future plans are to go to school and to become a car mechanic. Aiden Like. Next up, we have Liliana Manning. She plays alto saxophone in the band. Tonight, she is accompanied by her mother and father, Kelly Manning and Travis Warner. She was recently nominated for the Marching Band Historian and manages the band's Instagram and TikTok accounts. In the future, she plans on attending Ohio University and majoring in English and creative writing. Liliana Manning.
I think.
Next senior up is Riley Scott. She's the color guard captain. She is being escorted this evening by her mom, Brianna Scott, and her dad, Aaron Voorhees, and stepmother, Ashley Kreis. Riley's been a member of concert band for 5 years, choir for 5 years, and recently received the Director's Award in choir. She's also been in marching band, pep band. She danced at Technique Studio for 14 years. She's a member of the National Honor Society, the Ohio Model United Nations, and she's received academic letters for 3 years. In the future, she plans to attend The Ohio State University to play mellophone in their marching band and to major in visual communication design and minor in theater. Riley Scott. Our next senior is Evie Todd. Evie is being escorted by her parents, Aaron and Bridget Todd. Evie is the field commander of the marching band and has been a member for the past 3 years. She is currently the president. She has also been a member of the cheer team and has been in concert band, concert choir, and chamber singers for the past 4 years. She has been the soprano 1 section leader in the choir for 3 years and has received 2 superior ratings for Class A soprano pieces at solo and ensemble contests. She is the secretary of the National Honor Society and a 4.0 student. She's also a graduate of the Youth Leadership Guernsey program and an active member in OMUN, Spanish Club, and Key Club. Evie has the honor of representing Cambridge High School as one of 22 sopranos in the state of Ohio that have been selected for the 2024 OMEA State All-Star Choir. In the future, Evie plans to attend college, major in chemistry and minor in music, and later attend medical school. Ladies and gentlemen, Evie Todd. Next up is Andrew Vondersal. Andrew is the corps captain of the marching band. Tonight he's accompanied by his parents, Tracy Mitchell and Joel Vandersal, his step-parents, David Mitchell and Patricia Vandersal. Andrew is a 5-year member of the marching band and serves as corps captain. He also qualified for District 9 Honors Band twice and attended the Muskingum University Youth Fest twice. He earned a superior rating for OMEA solo and ensemble performance and is a member of the Chamber Singers and Choir, where he is the tenor section leader. He's a 3-year member of the National Honor Society, carries a 4.0 GPA. He's also a member of Ohio Model United Nations and Key Clubs. He was on the track team for 2 years and is currently doing an internship in the city engineer's office. In the future, Andrew hopes to study biochemistry and go to medical school, maybe become an MD in pathology, or go to graduate school for a PhD in biochemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Vandersal. first cheerleader to be recognized tonight is Jada Alexander. Jada is being accompanied by her parents, Kayla Hollins and Derek Alexander. She's a 2-year varsity letter winner for cheer, a 2-year UCA All-American, and she is part of the Ohio Model United Nations. She's a 1-year academic letter winner. Her plans for the future are to attend Ohio University and study early childhood education. Jada Alexander. Next senior is Kiera Delancey. Kiera is accompanied by her mother, Carol Mason, her stepdad, Seth Tipton, and her dad, Stephen Delancey. Kiera is a 3-year cheerleader. She attends Mid-East for cosmetology and is in the Drug-Free Club of America, SAD, and Student Council. Her future plans are to earn her cosmetology license and go straight into a salon after high school. Kiera Delancey. Got it. Don't let me forget to do that, though. Our next senior cheerleader is Maddie Enright. Maddie will be escorted tonight by her mom, Melissa Hartley, her stepdad, Doug Hartley, her dad, David Enright, and her stepmom, Rachel Enright. Maddie is president of the Student Council, treasurer of the National Honor Society, president of the French Club. She's a 3-year member of the Key Club. She's a graduate of the Guernsey County Youth Leadership Program, a 3-year participant in the Ohio Model United Nations, the Class of 24's student advisor. She's also served as ballet and the city steward. She's a 20-time national champion as part of the LDT Dance Center, a member of Big Brothers and Big Sisters, a 4-year varsity cheerleader, attended the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar, a member of the yearbook staff. She's also a UCA All-American cheerleader, a member of the Student Ambassadors, and a 3-year academic letter winner. In the future, she plans on attending Point Park University or the Ohio State University to major in dance and continue to chase her dreams. Maddie Enright. Our next senior is Aubrey Green. She is on the dance team. She's accompanied by her mom and stepdad, Mindy and Dan Carpenter, and her dad, Eric Miller. Aubrey attends Mid-East Buffalo as a member of the Multi-Skilled Health Technology Program. She is adult, child, and infant certified in first aid, CPR, and AED, and recently became Stop the Bleed certified. Upon graduation, she will also have her OSHA 10 and Elder Care certifications, and she will be certified in STNA. After graduation, Aubrey plans to utilize her STNA certification while attending college with a major in nursing. Her dream is to become a pediatric nurse so she can help other kids the way so many nurses have helped her. Aubrey Green. Next up we have Cadence Harper. Cadence is being escorted by her mom, Billy Jo Harper, and her grandfather, John Harper. She's a 3-year letter winner in football and basketball cheer and also serves on the Cambridge yearbook staff. Her future plans are to attend Ohio University, to earn her bachelor's in fine arts in interior design. She also plans to get her real estate license. Cadence Harper. Now we're moving to our golf seniors. Our first golf senior is Braden Gregg. He's accompanied by his parents, Brad and Casey Gregg. Braden is a 4-year varsity letter winner in golf, a 2-year varsity letter winner in basketball, and a 3-year varsity letter winner in baseball. His plans for the future are to attend a university and become a software engineer. Braden Gregg. Our next golf senior is Jackson Reed. Jackson's being accompanied by his mom and stepdad, Karen and Andy Baker, and his dad and stepmom, Matt and Jessica Reed. Jackson is a 4-year varsity letter winner in golf. First team All Buckeye, 8 honors he earned in golf. He's a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the National Honor Society, and the Athletic Leadership Council. In the future, he plans to attend college and major in computer science. Jackson Reed. And now we get to our football seniors. Our first football senior up is Bryson Anderson. He wears number 4 and plays cornerback. He's being escorted tonight by his dad, Kenny Anderson, and his mom, Tisha Mason. He's a 3-year varsity letter winner for track, an OVAC 4A champion in the high jump. Bryson also competed at state championships for indoor track, and he has been a member of the football, track, and basketball teams.
Cambridge is 1 to toss and left to 2 to defer.
His plans for the future are to attend college and major in sports medicine. Bryson Anderson.
Hey, at least we won the toss.
Our next senior is Taylor Britton. He wears number 62 and plays defensive end and right guard. He is being accompanied by his parents, Heather and Bobby Britton. He is a 2-year letterman in football, and his plans for the future are to go right into the workforce. Ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Britton. Our next senior is Tristan Cramlett. He wears number 63 and plays on the defensive line. He's accompanied by his parents, Melissa and Jason Cramlett. He's participated in football the last 4 years and has also participated in track, where he has thrown the shot put and the discus for 3 years. His plans for the future are to move to North Carolina with his family and weld on the pipeline. Tristan Cramlett. Our next senior is Caden Dillon. Caden plays right tackle on the football team and wears number 65. He's being accompanied by his parents, Tabria and Craig Hollins, Eric and Rachel Dillon, and his Nana and Papa, Bruce and Sandy Monahan. He's a 2-year varsity football letter winner, 2-year varsity wrestling letter winner, and also runs track. He attends Mid-East Career Center in the welding technology program and plays 6th at the Ohio State Skills USA competition for welding sculpture. He's a member of Fellowship of Christian Athletes and attends Trinity Baptist Church. In the future, he wants to obtain advanced welding certifications and begin a career in the welding field. He would also like to own a business making custom welding sculptures. Caden would like to thank his papa for being his biggest fan and supporting him in everything he does. Caden Dillon. Our next senior is Eli Edwards. He's a wide receiver and wears number 8. He's accompanied by his parents, Bill and Missy Edwards. Eli is a 4-year varsity letter winner in track and field, a 2-year varsity letter winner in football and soccer, and a member of the National Honor Society. In the future, he plans to attend a 4-year college and major in business and participate in track and field. Eli Edwards. Our next senior is Dylan Hartley. He's the kicker here on the football team and also plays on our soccer team. He is accompanied by his mom, Mindy Hartley, his dad, Doug Hartley, and his stepmom, Melissa Hartley. In high school, he played football for 1 year as the kicker, a 3-year varsity letter winner in soccer. He's a member of Fellowship of Christian Athletes and a 4-year scholar athletic. His future plans are to further his education at a university studying business. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Hartley. Our next senior is Reed Johnson. Reed is a wide receiver and cornerback on the football team. He wears number 6. He's accompanied by his parents, Jennifer Johnson and Jason Jones, his stepdad. He's a member of National Honor Society, 3-year letter winner in football, a 4-year letter winner in track, a 2-time academic All-Ohioan. He's also a member of the 4x200 school record team and a 2-time OVAC 4x200 champion. His plans are to attend college and major in criminology. Ladies and gentlemen, Reed Johnson. Next up, we have Keaton Kaiser. Wears number 3, plays wide receiver, defensive back, and quarterback. He's accompanied tonight by his parents, Robin and Gary Kaiser, and Hillbilly. He's a member of the baseball team, has been for 4 years, played football his junior and senior year. He's a membership of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and the Athletic Leadership Council. He's also an academic letterman. His plans for the future are to go to college, play baseball, make money, and travel. Ladies and gentlemen, Keaton Kaiser. Our next senior is Vincent Lopez. Vincent wears number 51 and plays on the defensive line. He's accompanied tonight by his parents, Rolanda Lachino and Betsy Lachino Menu. He's a one-year varsity letter winner for swim and a three-year varsity letter for football. His future plans are to enter into the skilled trades. Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent Lopez. Our next senior is Devin Ogle. He plays wide receiver and wears number 5. Devin is accompanied by his mom, Dawn Ogle, his dad, Albert Ogle, and his brother, Chad Ryan. He's a 4-year varsity letter winner in football, 2-year varsity letter winner in basketball, and a varsity letter winner in track. In the future, he wants to go to college to play football, major in engineering, and hopefully make it to the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, Devin Ogle. And our final senior tonight is Frankie Kupchak. Frankie wears number 69 and plays defensive end for the Bobcats. He is being accompanied tonight by his mother, Stacy Reed. Frankie's a 3-year varsity letter winner and the captain of the football team. In the future, he plans to be a power lineman and move down south. Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Kupchak. We want to thank all of our seniors for their commitment to the teams, their teammates, and their coaches, and to your school. Thank you to our senior parents for your support of your student athletes and the programs they participate. Let's have one more round of applause for our seniors and their parents. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please turn your attention to the north sideline at midfield, where members of the Guernsey County Veterans Council Honor Guard will parade the colors. As the colors pass by, would you please stand and remove your hats in honor
AVC Sports presents high school football. Tonight's game is brought to you by patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, People's Bank, Laborers Local 530, Jeff Leonard for First Ward City Council, Wayne Garage Door, Cambridge Auto Sales, Dunkin' Donuts of Cambridge, Cambridge Overhead Door, and Myra Shire for Municipal Court Judge.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to high school football tonight on YRP TV and WLE 97.7. It is high school football featuring tonight the Cambridge Bobcats, and they will be hosting the Beaver local Beavers. Bill Kafuri along with Todd Worley tonight from McFarland Stadium. Game 9 of the season, and Todd, unbelievably, of course, the season started a little sooner, but unbelievably, the weather, people run around in short sleeve shirts and shorts tonight. Week 9, normally that's not something you see.
You can't beat this for week 9 of the high school season. Great night. Let these guys show what they can do on the field.
Cats come in winless on the season, 0-8 to this point. They're going to be facing a Beaver local team that is 5-3. These two teams have only met twice historically, back in 2013 and 14. The Cats winning in 2013 and losing at Beaver local in 2014. So a limited history between the two, but for tonight, members of the same league once again, the Buckeye 8 Athletic League, and a chance to kind of pick up where they left off. But you got to figure the Beavers come in hungry and favored tonight. They've got a lot of really good athletes and a chance to make the playoffs and maybe move up and get a home game if they can.
Absolutely, and if you're Cambridge, it's been a long season. It's been a rough season. This is senior night, though. Let's see if your focus on let's all of our vets, all of our seniors, all of our juniors. Let's play your best game of the year. Let's see what happens. Let's let it all hang out. We have nothing to lose right now. Let's see what we can do against against a Beaver local team here tonight.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Leak a little bit before the game, and yet they've had injuries to some key players throughout the year. Been decimated across the line a little bit, and at the same time struggled a little bit now with the quarterback position and some injuries there as well. So what do you do when you got to go to your second quarterback, third quarterback, or in tonight's case, take one of your wide receivers, put them at quarterback, and move a bunch of guys around? It creates some tough situations.
It does, and at all levels, whether it's NFL, college, high school, when you get in these late season games where there may not, on the surface, there may not be a lot to play for, this is still an opportunity for guys to make, especially the young players, to make a name for themselves and really create some momentum heading into the off season, heading into next year, and really show what they can do against a quality opponent in a big game.
You're listening to Pregame, brought to you by Duncan of Cambridge. We want to thank our sponsors tonight, helping bring you the streaming video. Surgeon Construction, Meyer Shire for Municipal Judge, Patrons, Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, People's Bank, Valentine Insurance, Wayne Garage Door, Cambridge Auto Sales, and Hissam's Service Center. Pregame is going to continue. We'll take a closer look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll be back with that right after this.
Hi, this is Jeff Leonard. It's been an honor and a privilege serving the residents and businesses of the First Ward of Cambridge in the past 9 years. I am asking for your continued support on November 7th in re-electing me, Jeff Leonard. Experience matters.
Paid for by Jeff Leonard, candidate.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, this is Dr. Brad Schaefer. As a podiatrist, I can tell you no 2 people's feet are alike, which is why I recommend Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. They're customized for your feet, so you get a unique solution your feet really need, not just a one-size-fits-all insole. They're clinically proven to provide pain relief for achy feet, knees, lower back, plantar fasciitis, and heels. Take the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotics assessment in Walmart today, now in the foot care aisle.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Well, welcome back to McFarland Stadium. Senior night here for the Bobcats. Seniors tonight come in 0-8. The local Beavers at 5-3. Bill Kafuri, Todd Worley here as pregame continues on our Duncan of Cambridge pregame show. Cats, actually the Beavers won the toss. They want the ball first, and for good reason. They've got an outstanding quarterback in Austin Klein, 6'3", 215-pound senior, can wing it, can run it. We talked a little while ago before we went on air, who can we expect to carry the load? And when you look at Klein's numbers coming in, he's rushed for almost 1,300 yards. I'm sorry, he's passed for almost 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, but he's rushed for 850. So he's close to 1,000 yards rushing, well over 1,000 yards passing, 14 touchdowns rushing. So most of the offense is going to go through him, and he'll distribute it, but primarily it's going to be the quarterback, Austin Klein, that's going to be calling all the shots.
Absolutely. Defensively, you have to when you got a guy like that, you have to make him uncomfortable, change up the looks, get him off of his spot, and hit him early and often. That's a key for defensively when you face a guy like that.
Now, Tyler Purdue in the backfield is going to be carrying the ball when Klein's not, but he also is going to be one of the leading receivers, as is Brock Sievers, who lines up on the outside, comes across in motion. He's going to be a two-way starter for him as well. Sievers is one of those guys that he gets his touches every game, and he's good size at 6'1", 185. They got a lot of guys in that same range, 6'2", 6'1", 6'3", a lot of big targets, but a physical team, and that's something that Cambridge has struggled with all year, teams that come out and impose their will and just running up and down the field. And even though Beaver likes to throw the ball, tonight might be one of those games where they decided to just beat us up in the trenches and do what most of the teams have done, is run it up and down the field.
I could see that, and I think if I am Cambridge's head coach heading into this game, and anytime you're coaching and preparing for a game, you're analyzing your strengths and weaknesses and the other team's strengths and weaknesses. And if I feel like my defense doesn't match up well, and especially if the first series or two proves that that's the case, I'm going to consider going for it on fourth down on just about every offensive series, because there's so much pressure on our offense. We have to score just about every single time we have the ball. And so it'll be interesting to see if that becomes the approach as the game goes on.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier some of the injuries that Cambridge had, and one of those injuries, key injury has been to sophomore quarterback Garrett Carpenter, who came in on a hot pace all season long, throwing for almost 300 yards a game, led the team in passing, led the team in rushing, has scored a number of touchdowns through the air, but also the leading rusher and scoring 8 or 9 touchdowns on the ground. He's out with a knee injury, probably will miss the last couple of games, but that's going to force Keaton Kaiser into that position tonight. And you and I talked, Todd, before the game about the perfect storm that Cambridge came into the season and got behind a lot. And so you're always playing catch-up, which has allowed Carpenter to throw for a lot of yards, but it's also allowed Devin Ogle to catch a lot of passes, and he comes in tonight with a couple of games remaining right on the edge of setting records for the season and for a career in receptions. Ogle comes in with 72 receptions, 1,168 yards and 10 touchdowns, and for his career, 162 receptions, 2262 in yards and 25 touchdowns, and so he's very close to surpassing a couple of other records. And tonight, if he gets 3 receptions, he's going to tie Charlie Ford, who I remember Charlie playing way back. I actually coached him way back in the day. He had 74 catches in the season, and 174 in the season. 167 yards is what Ogle comes in and needs over these last couple of games to be able to surpass Ford as well. So, he's close to that, but when you don't have your number one guy throwing to you, that maybe limits some of his opportunities. But you got to believe in the game script is going to probably support him being able to have a chance to do that too.
Absolutely. He's by far the best playmaker with that size, the ball skills, the hands outside his frame and in traffic. He's made some plays for them. The thing you have to expect Beaver local defensively to A, focus on shutting him down, and B, forcing the QB to throw the ball. When you've got a backup QB and you're going to force offense to put the ball in his hands and do something. And so if I'm coming into this game, if I'm Cambridge, it'll be interesting to see what kind of offensive wrinkles they come into this game with, because they've had a full week to prepare, knowing that Carpenter is out, and how are they going to throw some things at Beaver local that they haven't seen on film yet this year? We'll see.
Not having Carpenter back there, that'll be one thing they haven't seen.
Right.
Them playing without him at quarterback, and so you're going to probably see some wildcat. Where they line a couple different guys up there and run the ball a little bit and some different things that maybe you go to that last play of the playbook and you start running some option pitches, passes, and things that they may look like they're fun, but it might be part of the offense tonight more than anything. So the Cats come in, as we said, at 0-8, and the $64,000 question for the last couple of weeks has been, has there ever been a season the Cats finished winless in a season? And I spent a couple of hours at AVC World headquarters going through a lot of old records and tape and film and found out that in 1979, Cambridge finished 0-9-1 with a tie. And prior to that, the only winless season that we could find was an 0-10 season back in 1949. So it has happened, but it hasn't happened in a long, long time. And the Cats up against it tonight. They play two of the tougher teams on their schedule these last 2 weeks tonight at home against Beaver Local, and in a week at St. Clairsville, who has been traditionally one of the top teams in the region. You mentioned a few minutes ago, this is senior night, and I don't know, probably wasn't all that long, or it doesn't seem like it was that long, but that you were, celebrating your senior night, whether it be high school or college, but there's some special emotions that go along with that.
It is. It's a bittersweet night, a bittersweet day and night whenever you play the game. It's you want to go out on a high note, so there's that motivation to play at your best, both individually and as a team. But then, it is bittersweet when you love the game and you know it's coming to an end. So you want to make the last one count, and there's nothing these seniors for Cambridge would like tonight better than to celebrate senior night with a huge win that nobody expects.
Yeah, the old guys always told me you'll remember that last game more than any other game because it's the last game. So there's key memories from that game, probably win, lose, or whatever, that you remember that you didn't remember before. And there's a lot of other games too, but we'll get ready to start things out here as the Beavers are going to be taking the opening kickoff. All of our kickoffs brought to you by Valentine Insurance on Southgate Parkway.
One thing I'm looking for, if I'm Cambridge, I consider doing a pop-up down the sideline, a short pop-up down the sideline on the kickoff here. In the Beaver Local Niles McKinley game, they muffed two of those in a row on consecutive kickoffs. See if they can handle it. You make a big play to start the game that way.
Severs and Purdue back deep for this Valentine Insurance kickoff. Dawson will approach Dawson Geeson, kicks this one deep, and he's going to drive Purdue back to the 5-yard line, bring it straight up the field, 20, 25 to the outside, 30-yard line, and taken down just across the 30-yard line by a Bobcat defender around the 33. So the Beavers will have their opening possession there to start things out at their own 33-yard line. Spot will be the 34. Purdue in the backfield, offset left of Klein, across the front. Carson Temple, Cameron Barber, Nick Rawson, Isaac Prescott, and Joey Adams, the front five, and a 3-by-1 wide receiver set. Klein will take it, fire it down the middle, and hands up, and blocked in the middle by one of the defensive linemen, Frankie Ukupchek, a senior playing his last game here for the Bobcats at home.
Good start for the defense here. 2nd and 10. You're thinking, let's force them into long yardage here. This is a big play here. You can create some momentum early in the game here.
Cats 3 defensive linemen. And again, a 3-by-1 set, handoff straight ahead. Nope, the keeper. And you'll see a lot of that tonight as Klein keeps it on his own to cross midfield, and he breaks tackles inside the 30, and he'll take it all the way. A 66-yard run, and that's a lot of what watching film. Watching Austin Klein, he is a big guy. He runs through a lot of arm tackles, and he ran through most of the defense there and took it all the way for that score on just the second play. You'll see it on the replay as he made a nice fake inside to Purdue, and then up the left side, just leaving tacklers behind him. A lot of arms on him, and nobody's going to bring him down with an arm.
He's a little. You don't see too many QBs like that who, with that size, explosiveness, and speed, and some balance on top of that. That's but at the same time, though, defensively, need to get all of it hats to the ball. Have guys running the ball.
Extra point attempt by Mays is up and good. 7-0, just like that. Beavers on top. We'll take a break and come back with more right after this.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
Back at McFarland Stadium, your Doan Ford scoreboard update, 7-0, just like that Beaver local, Austin Klein. And he's probably trying to get to that 1,000-yard mark rushing tonight. He came in with 8:56. He added 66 on that play. And Mays on for the Valentine Insurance kickoff. Only took him a couple of plays to cover that distance, and he'll boot it deep and drive the Bobcats back into the end zone. They'll bobble it there and have to come back out and pick it up. And a flag comes in as well. For the Bobcats, and that looked like Nathan Schultz, who mishandled it, went back and actually touched it in fair ground and had to come back out and take it. And he's down on the field, and a flag right beside him. So an injury timeout to attend to him, but the Bobcats have to be feeling a little bit shell-shocked after that opening drive, and again, watching Klein just take it through the entire defense.
That's exactly how you don't want to start a game. Your defense has been struggling this season, and if you're Cambridge coming into the game, you love to get off to a good start. First play of the game, you get the pass batted down at second and long. What if you can get a stop to start the game and see what happens, man, and start to create some momentum for yourself, and then instead the exact opposite happens.
Yeah, Klein pretty good at the ball handling. He had me fooled for a second when he faked the ball, but kept it on his own. And when you just look at their stats coming in, you know that 2 out of 3 times he's going to keep it himself. And what you saw him do there is what you're going to see a lot of him tonight, probably continuing here early on as they continue to attend to the injured Bobcat on the field. Now helping him up to his feet, will be able to get underway. Thank some of our sponsors making tonight's video stream possible on YRP TV, on YouTube, and here on the radio side on 97.7 WLE. Duncan of Cambridge, People's Bank, Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales, Laborers Local 530, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Cambridge Overhead Door, and Jeff Leonard for City Council. So Schultz goes out, and that's one of those guys to an already thin receiver unit. He was one of the guys planning to play a little bit at that receiver spot tonight.
Walking back, one return team, number 25. That'll be half the distance to go. First down, Cambridge.
When you come into a game and you're 0-8 like this, and guys can talk all they want during the week and in pregame and in the locker room about how this week's going to be different, but when the game starts and it doesn't start well, it's easy to start thinking in your head, here we go again. So this is a really big part of the game right now for Cambridge early, to turn the momentum the other way.
So Keaton Kaiser is going to take his first snap in the end zone, and he'll have Clayton Myers off to his right side. Takes the snap, and he's just going to roll to that right side, fired across the middle, and in and out of the hands of Devin Ogle. And a lot of white jerseys in front of Keaton Kaiser there, and kind of waiting for him to get his feet out of the end zone there. I thought he might just tuck it and run to try to get a little yardage. The penalty backing the Bobcats up to their own 5-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Myers off to the left side, and Kaiser is going to take the snap, roll to his left, and get out across the 5, and a flag comes in again. And right in that area of holding as Kaiser cut it back up inside. Checking a call on the field.
Partial foul, face mask, on defense, number 56. That's a 15-yard penalty, results first down.
Cats will get a break on that one, and a face mask penalty called on the defense. So to give the Bobcats a penalty first down, and all of our first down tonight brought to you by WB Green Insurance Company, and including the penalty ones. That'll get them out of the hole a little bit. Out across the 20 now to the 24-yard line. Kaiser will spread them out 5 wide, and as the Cats check the sideline, they'll induce the defense in the neutral zone and tack on another 5. All the teams anymore, Todd, you just see them come to the line ready to go all the time, and you're standing there as a defensive player. You were a defensive player. I was a defensive player. You can only stay in your stance so long, ready to go, and it seems like they take forever to call the play and get going.
Especially, you're foaming at the mouth. You want to make a play, especially early in the game here, and exactly what you said.
4-man defensive front for the Beavers. Bobcats out of a 5 wide. Kaiser fumbled the snap as he grabbed it, started to look down the field, and hadn't secured it to throw it, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Back to near the 23-yard line. I'm sure there's a lot of nerves in that young man. Normally he gets to line up at a wideout. Tonight, forced into some QB duties.
Absolutely. If I'm the play caller here, I really want to get him some easy completions early just to build his confidence.
Cats 1-by-3 set. Kaiser will take the snap, roll to his right, and flip it out again, intended for Ogle, but under a lot of heat that time. Coming off the edge.
That's a tough ball. You're rolling right, running full speed, and you've got an inexperienced QB without many game reps. Would love to get 3-step, get him some rhythm, maybe a bubble screen, something like that, just where he sees the ball completed and starts to believe in himself.
So 3rd down and 10. Little motion across for the Bobcats, and Kaiser again rolling to the right, under pressure, gives up yardage, and flips it up ahead, and sacked again just after he got rid of the ball. 31 for the Beavers, and I'm not sure I've got a number or a name that goes along with 31, but he's been in there a couple of times. You'll see on the replay, right from that defensive tackle spot, just wading right through the blockers and putting heavy pressure on. So the Cats on 4th down now. Kaiser will take the snap, roll to his right, and he will punt that one, and it's blocked. And right back into the backfield and picked up. Blocked and picked up, looked like Kane Curran. So Curran with the block and the recovery will set the Beavers up in excellent position, already leading 7-0. 10-14 left to go in this first quarter, and they'll start in plus yardage here at the Cambridge 19-yard line.
You have to think when you've got Carpenter, the starting QB, is out, and all season long they've been doing that, where the QB is the one who punts on those plays. And how many practice and game reps has Kaiser gotten at that? Probably not very many.
Couple tight ends, and Klein with the handoff coming around to Severs, trying to get to the edge. He gets around, turns it up, breaks a tackle inside the 10, spins down to the 5. Pick up there, and Ogle on the stop, but a first down inside the 10 will make it 1st and goal for the Beavers. So both times the Beavers had success getting to the edge and showing pretty good speed there with Severs once he got to the corner, cutting it up and taking it to the 5-yard line. Blaycock down to 10. Beavers will have to hustle up. 2 tights, couple of wings. And on the keeper, straight ahead, trying to power his way in, goes Klein, and he'll get it down to about the 1-yard line. Came into the night with 14 rushing touchdowns. He's added 1 previously, and now facing second and goal from just outside the 1 yard line. Right back out of the huddle, and he's going to go up under center this time. Expect that quarterback sneak. He'll work off to his left and step into the end zone from a yard out. So second touchdown of the night for Austin Klein. This one a short yardage jaunt, and at 9:09, Beaver Local extends their lead. They didn't need to push him into the end zone there. He got it all by himself. See a lot of teams doing that anymore, but they didn't need that one. O'May's on for the extra point attempt. Snaps there, hold looks good, kick is up, and it is good as well. So with 9:09 still remaining in this opening period, Beaver Locals jumped on top, 2 quick scores. They lead at 14-0. We'll be back with more high school football on WILE 97.7 and the streaming side, YRP TV, right after this.
Wayne Door is Ohio's most complete one-stop shop for residential and commercial garage doors, entry doors, windows, and much more. In fact, the list keeps on growing. Garage doors, entry doors, storm doors, access entry systems, vinyl replacement windows, and stone are just some of the things Wayne Door has to offer. Stop by their Cambridge showroom to see their full lineup of premier products in person and work with their team of experts. Wayne Door also offers 24/7 emergency garage door service, and their service department is second to none. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors. Check them out at waynedoor.com.
Back at McFarland Stadium, your Doan scoreboard is 14-0 Beaver Local, and on again for another kickoff. Valentine Insurance kickoff is Mays. Caden Mays will approach. Kicked it deep the last time. We'll do it again here. And that's in and out of the hands of Mail down there. He'll fumble it around the 5-yard line. Now going backward. That is not the direction you want to go. Forward progress will mark him out ahead, but once again, Cambridge running out of bodies to put back there. Normally, they would have had Edwards back there, and along with him, probably would have been Kaiser. But those guys aren't going to be available to do that now. You had Schultz get hurt the last time down, so now you throw another guy back in there, and that was Isaiah Mail, and he reached up and tried to catch that one over his hands. And if you've returned any kickoffs or even just caught some in practice, that's a tough way to catch that ball coming end over end.
Right, can tell he wasn't very comfortable doing that. And now you've got, again, an experienced QB backed up in the shadow of his own goal post. You really want to get some confidence in him, and this is a tough way to do it right now.
Cats at their own 1 yard line, and you're snapping it backwards. You got Ogle back there now, a little bit bigger at 195 pounds, and you're snapping it backwards to go forwards, and you'll take it straight ahead and battle to get out of the end zone. I don't know that he will get there. Will they give him his second chance yardage there? And I think they are going to let him get it maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but he was contacted almost immediately in the backfield, and you'll see on the replay, there's some red helmets on him that have him stacked up, and he just fights his way back to the goal line and then across to the original line of scrimmage. So second down and 10. Tough place to start. And Ogle will take the direct snap here, and again, they try to draw the defense off sides. This time, nothing doing. Get a little extra space up front. Second and 10. Play clock down to 2, 1, and 0, and you got no more yardage to lose out there, really, right?
At that point, yeah. And I don't mind the wrinkle having Ogle play some QB. Just I think you know if you're Cambridge, you're probably not going to win those battles up front. So that has to be in the back of your head as a play caller. Can't count on winning those battles up front.
Thanks some of our sponsors here bringing tonight's game to you. Doan Ford, People's Bank, Valentine Insurance, Wayne Garage Door. Cats 2 drives now, one starting at their 5-yard line, another at now their 1-yard line, and tough place to start even when you've got all of your players and everybody's playing the correct position. And tonight with a few guys out of position, and as a defensive player, anytime you've got that other team pinned inside the 10-yard line and the 5-yard line, certainly the 1-yard line, you're pinning your ears back and you're thinking safety all the way, and you're coming off the ball as hard as you can, and that's certainly what Beaver looks like.
Absolutely, and you've got a backup QB. It's 14-0. They're backed up. I mean, really, the deck is stacked against Cambridge right now. And like you said, if I'm on defense for Beaver local, I'm foaming at the mouth trying to make a big play for my team right now.
The Cats with a little bit of an adjustment here after the timeout. A couple of blocking backs in front of Ogle. He'll take the snap and follow him straight ahead. Bounce it to the outside, and he'll get some yardage out across the 5, close to the 10. So Devin Ogle with some rushing yardage there to pick up about 9 and give the Cats just a little bit of space for this third down play. Within about a yard now.
That's
Don't expect him to do anything different here, right?
Right.
Again, Ogle back here, a couple of blockers in front of him, and he'll follow them straight ahead. And not much going on there as he was smothered right at the line of scrimmage, nudged it across, had to get at least a yard out of the play, and I don't think he did.
One of the only advantages to having your starting QB out is the opposing defense doesn't exactly know what you're going to throw at them in the game. It's hard for them to prepare. So this is a nice wrinkle that Cambridge is able to show. Let's see if they can exploit it right now.
Well, Kaiser's going to shift back into the backfield. Expect him again with that rugby-style punt here. Will catch it, run to his right, and punt it down the field. And this one gets rid of it. Fielded by Sievers out at the 40-yard line. Spins away from one tackler and then heads to the sideline. Got to the sideline, up the 30, down to the 20. And Sievers, a great individual effort that time to break a tackle and then get loose up the sideline. And he's going to set Beaver Local up again in excellent position, leading 14-0. This is their third possession of this opening period. They lead at 14-0, and again, they'll be in plus territory.
And if I'm Cambridge there, it's 4th and 1. I know you're backed up, but you're down 14-0. You're 0-8. What do you have to lose? Well, I think offensively you go for it in that situation every single time.
Yeah, to get a yard as opposed to give it back to the other team in this situation, in this territory.
With a struggling defense where, they're moving the ball pretty easily anyway.
Best way to keep them from scoring is to keep them from getting the ball.
Exactly.
You'll probably see more of that as the night goes on, but you got to get out of your own end here somehow. So Klein brings his team out at the 20-yard line. Motion across, they'll fake it, pull it down, throw it to the end zone, and in and out of the hands of Keaton Heddleston, who was open in the corner of the end zone. Bobcats had him covered up, but it was a ball that was thrown on target, just a little off the tip of his fingertip. So after seeing a lot of runs come at you early, Bobcats that time fortunate that was not another quick 6.
It's a good ball there. Klein's an impressive kid, man, with the size, with the touch on his ball and the accuracy, and then the athleticism on top of that. When you go into a game as a defensive coordinator, you're looking closely at the opposing QB, and he's not someone you want to face every week.
He might be the biggest guy out there, 6'3", 215. He towers over his teammates and can see down the field pretty well. Play clock down to 6, 2nd and 10. Klein again, play action, rolls to his right, direct in traffic, buying some time in the backfield. Now he'll tuck it and run, and a nice open field tackle. That time Clayton Myers tripped him up as Klein finally made his mind up he was going to run for what he could get, and he'll get a couple of yards out of it.
Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Beavers.
Pretty good coverage downfield for the Bobcats that time as Klein couldn't find anyone open, and he'll face 3rd and long.
Big play here for Cambridge's defense. Someone's got to step up. It's senior night. It's 3rd and 10. Swing the momentum the other way. This is a big play to do that right here.
Purdue offset to the right side. Straight drop back for Klein. He'll run the center screen, drop it off to Purdue at the 20, and he just kind of tripped himself up as he tried to cut back up inside, and he'll be short of the line to gain down around the 14-yard line. So the Beavers leading 14-0. Deep in Cambridge territory, still 5:40 left in this opening period. Show no signs of sending in special teams here and kicking a field goal. They're going to go for it.
Defensively, I'm heating them up here. I'm sending the house at them. There's have to get a stop here. Absolutely have to get a stop, and have to make them uncomfortable. Have to get them off of his spot.
Johnson splits wide to the right. Klein in the backfield takes a snap. He'll roll that way, looking downfield, fires it in the end zone. He had Johnson wide open. He ran the out and the up, and nobody went up with him. And a nice pump fake there as Tyler Johnson takes it from 14 yards out on the pass.
It's pitch and catch right there. That was a accurate ball, but an easy ball when the guy's wide open like that.
Taylor Johnson. And that was a BB thrown to him in the back of the end zone. As Mays will check in for another extra point attempt, his third of the opening period, and this one drilled true again, and Mays perfect on the night. And Beaver Local on top 21-0. We'll take the break. Back with more high school football on 97.7 right after this.
Hey football fans, Laborers Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Back in McFarland Stadium, 21-0. Your Doan Ford scoreboard update. Beaver Local, third possession, 3 touchdowns. A couple of short range ones. That one from 20 yards out, 19 yards on their second drive. And another Valentine Insurance kickoff by Mays. This one high and short, taken by Wilson on the run up and across the 15-20. Breaks a tackle near the 30-yard line and out across the 30 before he's stacked up and brought down. Certainly the best field position the Bobcats have enjoyed tonight. And they need to. They've started their first 2 drives at their own 5-yard line, their own 1. This is going to feel like a vacation out near the 30-yard line.
If you've got a play that you liked preparing for this game, you have to use it now. Absolutely need to change the momentum the other way. Need to give your team a reason to believe right now, because it's hard to at this point.
So Kaiser will start at quarterback and Ogle in the backfield along with him. So you put both your guys back there. This might be that play you're talking about right here. You got 2 of your better guys back there. See what they run here on 1st and 10. It will be option to the right side. Kaiser faking the pitch, and he'll get it back to near the line of scrimmage, 30-yard line, and maybe reach the original line of scrimmage there. A lot of white jerseys and red helmets flying at him there.
If I'm Cambridge, I'd love to. If I've got a screen pass I feel good about, I love it right here because it's a relatively easy completion for a QB. Gets his confidence up, and we don't need to pass protect as well.
Defense is flying up the field as Ogle stays in the backfield, offset left of Kaiser here, and they'll run the option left side, the read option this time. Kaiser looking down the field, then decided to tuck it and run, and Curran right there again to bring him down. Kane Kearns made some big plays defensively for the Beavers from his linebacker spot all night, not respecting pass down the field at all, as he's coming just about every time. And Kaiser will spread the field here. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. And he'll roll to the left, looking that way, fire it down the field, trying to lob it up there for Ogle, and a jump ball, and he'll come down with it, break a tackle, 30, 20, take it to the bank, yes. Ogle from 69 yards out. That was a wing and a prayer. If you said, is there a play that you like? Well, how about just get the ball to your best receiver, right?
Throw it to the stud, right? Let him do something with it. And offensively, that may be really what they can do in this game, and that may be their best hope. And so I would lean on that even more.
Well, the big play touchdown gets the Bobcats on the board down now 21-6. Hartley on for the extra point attempt. Good snap, ball's down, and the kick is up and good. A lot of pressure on that kick, but he popped it through. And the Bobcat trail at 21-7 with 3:44 left here in the opening period. We'll take the break, back with more right after this.
Cambridge Auto Sales would like to wish all the local football teams good luck this football season. Visit Cambridge Auto Sales for reliable vehicles at unbeatable prices. You'll find great selection, top-notch service, and amazing deals at your local Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Come check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles today. For more information, give them a call, 740-255-5344, or visit their website, cambridge-autosales.com. Go Bobcats!
Back at McFarland Stadium, awaiting this Valentine Insurance kickoff with that reception, 69 yards. That makes Ogle the career receiving yards leader. He needed 57 coming in. A 69 puts him on top now, beating Trent Valentine, who had 23-19. And this kick deep, taking it to 5-yard line by Severs. He'll bring it up to the 20, 25, 30, and out around the 30-yard line. Meet up with a couple of Bobcats there. Purdue actually on that return. On the stop that time for the Bobcats, Marshall Lashley. So the Beavers find the Bobcats not going quietly into the night with 3:36 to go, still in the first period. Beaver Local will get their 4th possession of this quarter, leading 21-7. They have scored every time they've touched it so far. But just the second time they've had to start in their own territory.
Defensively, who's going to make a play here? Momentum's on Cambridge's side right now. Who's going to make a play to continue that?
So Klein, again on the keeper, and he puts it on the ground, loose there, and I think the Cats came up with it. It looked like Lashley put his ball helmet on the ball. If you'll see it on the replay here, watch 21 for the Bobcats. He'll come up and he'll knock the ball free, and then sliding in there, coming up with the fumble is Riley Wilson. So 21 caused the fumble, and now the Bobcats come up with a big play defensively to set their offense up, and plus situation on the field. So 3:31 to go first period, and now the Bobcats, after that quick score, back in business at the Beaver Local 36-yard line. Kaiser will flip it out into the left flat, and his pass bounces at the feet of Clayton Myers, incomplete.
And let's see what kind of confidence Kaiser can play with now. He had a big completion for a touchdown. The team's got some momentum. Does he throw the ball with some more confidence? Is he a little more comfortable now? It'll be interesting to see that moving forward.
The short passes, he still doesn't have the touch, but I think, just tell him, throw it as far as you can and let Ogle go get it. That's what he did the last time, and that's what was successful.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ogle will line up on the right side, 2x2 receivers, and now they'll shift Anderson into the slot on the left side. Myers stays in the backfield, 4 men defensive front. Kaiser drops straight back, fires it as far as he can, down again, intended for Ogle, and that jump ball picked off near the 5-yard line, and they'll bring it back up the other way. Still coming up the field is Severs. I don't know if there was a beanbag or a whistle back there or not. Severs caught it and then went down. It looked like whether he went to a knee or caught himself with his hand down to about the 4-yard line. And I think they're going to let the return stand as Ogle ran a little slant and go, and Kaiser just threw it up for grabs. Double covered down there. Severs coming across from the safety spot. The replay that we're looking at looks like he was able to stay up and return it.
And if I'm Cambridge's coaching staff, I don't mind that ball that much. What they haven't been able to move the ball otherwise, other than the long pass to Ogle. Throw it up, give him a chance, and you'd love to see the receiver break that pass up in that situation and prevent it from getting intercepted.
Klein with a hard count, trying to draw the Cats into the neutral zone, and I think he did. As that'll be a 5-yard mark off for infraction on against the Cats there. So both teams exchanging turnovers. And Beaver basically where they were at before, at their own 35, 1st and 5. And again, the Bobcats jump into the neutral zone, and the guy right over the ball. It's hard to be anonymous when you're right there, right? Tristan Cramlett. They're calling their name out tonight on the speaker too. So it was a defensive lineman. I played there, you played there. The coach every day in practice tells you you don't move till the ball moves, right? Don't even listen. If you were a deaf man, you would be better. Just watch the ball, and when you're lined up right in front of it, that should be an easy task, but it's not.
Much easier said than done, right?
So a first down by penalty, and a handoff, faked again, and on the keeper. Klein will get it up the field, and Deontay Jones, I think, grabbed him by the pads and pulled him down.
One thing talking about Klein, he plays corner on defense, and for a guy that big who's also your quarterback, that's impressive. You don't see many guys of that size.
Don't do that much anymore, do they?
Right.
3-by-1, receiver set. He'll fire it up in the left flat. Severs in the hands and out. As I was watching Klein throw before the game, and that quick short pass, he throws a bullet. I mean, it's a BB coming out there about 90 miles an hour, and can't be easy to catch, and it wasn't that time. And a flag came in as well. We'll check the flag. Right in the middle of that area where normally holding would be called. Second down and
Well, by the way, what a defense, number 62. That's a 15-yard penalty, still second down.
so that penalty against the Beavers. Personal foul. Drop back 15 and now make it second down and about 13 yards. So, yeah, I was going to say that's not far enough back. They need to back it up a little bit more. My math was off on that one, and you didn't stop me.
I was wondering whether the refs.
JV's usually my math guy here. Todd Worley filling in for John Valentine tonight. Yeah, second and long, about 18 now. So 3 receivers offset to the right, 1 to the left, and Klein back to look to the left, then flips it out in the flat. He's got Severs there at the 40, and he'll be taken out of bounds across the 45 by Ogle. Severs looking for a penalty, and none of them coming. They'll pick up most of that penalty yardage and get it back to right about where the line of scrimmage was, bringing up third down and a long 3.
When you're in second and long like that, if you can set up third and manageable, third and short, or medium like this, third and 3, that's exactly what you're looking for.
So Severs going to limp off to the side. Replaced by Justin Cox. You'll see it on the replay. Just got him coming out of the backfield. There was a lot of room out there, and Ogle came up and nailed him on the sideline. And Klein on the keeper, faked it inside, takes it to the edge, across the 50, down the sideline, lumbers inside the 40-yard line, down close to the 35. And Austin Klein, big guy, doesn't look like he's moving fast, but he covers a lot of yardage with each stride, and he'll pick up the first down and get it into Cambridge territory near the 36.
He does, and when you get him on the edge against those smaller DBs, and he's got a massive size advantage on those guys, that's a tough matchup to bring him down.
He's just swatting him away out there. Lane Jones offset in the backfield. Now joined back there by Wade Foster. Klein will hand it off straight ahead to Jones, and he'll get banged down after a short gain. Jakubchak for the Bobcats on the stop.
Jones on the carry for Beavers.
One of those reasons you don't want to run between the tackles, right? There's not a whole lot going on in there. Just pain and punishment. Take it to the edge and outrun everybody, and you find somebody a lot smaller than you can pick on them.
Yeah, and they've had success with that so far. It'll be interesting to see what they do right here. I wouldn't mind putting the ball in, throwing the ball here to see
Second and 8. And again, the keeper, Klein breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage and kind of dives inside the 30. He'll get down close to the 26-yard line, and that's close to the line of gain. A minute 23 left, and again, it is enough for a first down. And the most methodical drive the Beavers have had tonight started at their own 30, their third first down of this drive, and he'll quickly snap it, hand it off to Jones off the right side, and he'll have it inside the 20. Didn't hesitate that time. They got right back to the line of scrimmage and went after it. Got about 6.
One of the big factors in being a really good defense is do you have guys on the edge that can tackle in space, and that's something that Cambridge has struggled with tonight, and that's been a big reason why Beaver Local's been able to make some big runs.
Last 40 seconds of the quarter, 21-7. Beaver Local on top, driving for more here is Purdue. And the pistol set behind Klein. He'll take the fake. Klein will roll to his left, look down the field, fired in the corner of the end zone, and pretty good coverage there again. Looking for Johnson. Isaiah Mail on the coverage for the Bobcats. It falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd down and 4. No doubt 4 down territory for the Beavers here. They showed that not just a few minutes ago when they were down here and had to go for it and did.
I like the ball skills there by the corner by Isaiah Mail. Good play there. Let's see if the defense can make another play here.
Purdue. Offset of Klein. Motion across by Severs. The jet sweep to him. Trying to get to the edge 20. A flag comes in. He'll have the 1st down and then driven out of bounds by Mail. But a flag came in right where you would normally call holding. And let's see if that's going to be the call. And back to Beavers up again. 20 seconds left on the clock, and I think that's going to be the case.
Holding for the offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
10-yard penalty from that spot will make it a 3rd down and about 14. 2nd penalty of this drive for Beaver Local.
Defensively here, I'm thinking can't give him time to feel comfortable in the pocket and deliver the ball accurately because Beaver Local is getting receivers open and he's going to put on the money when they're open. Have to heat them up here. Have to heat them up.
5 receiver set, 3 by 2 now. Purdue comes across in motion to the left, making 4. They'll roll that way, then back the other way. Klein pump fakes it. Now he's going to tuck it and run, going up the right sideline. Bobcats whiff on a couple of tackles, and Ogle finally takes him out of bounds, but I think he got that on his own. A couple of guys over there on the sideline looked like they had a shot at him just to knock him out of bounds, and whether he was just able to power past him or just make him whiff. Some guys just have the ability to explode when they need to. And that'll be a 1st down for Beaver Local. And again, give Klein all the credit there for getting it done.
Yeah, for a big guy, he's got some shake to him, and then also the balance and the power to run, so threw some arm tackles on the edge as well.
Well, 1st and 10. Beaver Local keeps the drive alive. Klein with 3 receivers to his left. He'll hand it straight ahead. Purdue. And a flag comes in again. As Purdue got about 3 or 4, but right at the spot of the tackle, and there was a couple of linemen there from both sides.
Cramblett and Honko on the tackle for the Bobcats.
Cramblett for the Bobcats there. Yeah, it's either a holding or a face mask, most likely, right? See which way they walk it. Yep, there you go.
Half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
Born one way to bring a guy down, right? So that'll count as a 1st down, and it'll be 1st and goal just outside the 5-yard line.
Cody Quillen's a good little player for Cambridge on defense. I'd experiment with him more as a blitzer. I think that's one way they can possibly force some turnovers and create some negative plays.
Leads the Cats in tackles on the season, and we'll find out whether he makes one coming up here after this play. This is going to be the end of the 1st period, 21-7. Beaver Local on top of the Cats. We'll be back right after this.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Back in McFarland Stadium, start of the second period. Beaver Local leads Cambridge 21-7 and have the ball at first and goal on the Cambridge 5-yard line. Bill Kajuri, Todd Worley here with the call tonight on senior night as the Bobcats trying to come up with a big defensive play here. Klein, who's been everything, takes the snap, fakes it in the middle, runs the option, pitches out to Purdue. Out on the edge, uses the stiff arm and then lowers his shoulder. Did he get in? Nice hit on the outside by the Bobcats. Coming off the edge, 25 for Cambridge. Put the shoulder pads down, and now Klein is going to turn around and hand it off to the first man through, and they'll power their way in, and that's Purdue for a yard out. So couldn't get in a play before, but he got in that time. So Purdue.
When you're on offense and you're moving the ball as well as Beaver Local is, and you got the playoffs ahead coming up in 2 weeks, really it'd be interesting to see what they're working on as this game progresses. Because you don't want to be one-dimensional heading into the playoffs.
Mays for the extra point attempt. A flag comes in and hold the bus.
Mays' kick was good. We have a flag on the play.
And if somebody maybe came right over top of the center there, that flag from underneath the goalpost, and they'll probably tack it on to the kickoff coming up here. Let's see.
The try is good. Personal foul. For the defense, number 20. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Indeed, that is the case. So the score counts 28-7. As we head to the kickoff, we'll be back with that kickoff on 97.7 right after this.
I'm not buying till I check down for.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
Stadium 28-7, your Doan Ford scoreboard update. Beaver Local extending their lead, their first score of this second period. And with the penalty, they'll kick off from the Bobcat 45-yard line. This Valentine Insurance kickoff by Mays. He kicked it pretty deep every time. This one I would expect would find its way all the way to the end zone.
If you've got an onside kick up your sleeve that you like during the week in practice, this would be a good time to try it with a field position advantage.
Yeah, short field here anyway. Leading 28-7, you might not expect it now as well, but Mays will approach and he'll just kick it deep and well into the end zone. Ogle and Wilson will watch it fly over their heads, and the Bobcats will bring it out to the 20-yard line where they'll start their fifth drive of the night. 11:44 still left here in the opening half. 28-7, Beaver Local.
I feel like Kaiser has had some more accuracy on his balls when he's able to get his feet set. I understand when you roll him out to either side because he's a run-pass option on one hand, but if you really want to get him comfortable as a passer, I think you need to let him get his feet set, even if it's in the quick game and the three-step, just we'll let him get into some rhythm here.
Kaiser's going to line up actually as a wide receiver on this play. Ogle into the backfield along with Myers. The Bobcats bunch formation to the left, and they'll hand it back to Kaiser on the end around, and he'll break one tackle, but not the second two. As he got popped there trying to get around the other way. Pretty slow developing play, but defensively, Tucker McElroy up on the stop, and the Bobcats will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Four receivers split to the left here. Kaiser steps back into the backfield here in an empty set. Takes the snap, looks out left, fires it out there for Myers. He'll haul it in at the 15, break 2 or 3 tackles, and get across the 20 near the 25. Owen Hill.
I like that. I like that, getting him the ball in space, let him make some guys miss it, and get some positive yardage for you. So that's some third manageable.
Get away from the bulk of that defense, getting out there and running that kind of a formation, get a few blockers ahead of. He keeps the clock running, 10:45. For some reason, they've stopped it here. I don't know why. He didn't get out of bounds, did he?
There's an injury.
The Cats will flip the formation to the other side, 3 wide to the right side. And some confusion over there as Ogle splits wide to the left himself. Kaiser rolling to his right and under pressure, flips it out there, incomplete. And again, Curran in the backfield, causing all kinds of problems for the Bobcats. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
He's a good player, both as a blitzer, obviously, as we're seeing right now, but also in the box. Instinctive kid, explosive, has some range to him as well. Good player for them.
Kane Curran, 5'10", 195, just a junior. As Kaiser takes the snap, rolls to his right, and now he'll pooch this one down the field. Picked up on the hop there by Severs inside the 40, now across midfield. And Brock Severs once again showing the ability to make people miss, and he'll get it back in plus territory at the Cambridge 46-yard line. First and 10, Klein. With 10:20 to go. Quick screen out to the right side and down near the 40-yard line goes Taylor again. Taylor Johnson. Run out of bounds after a gain of about 5 at the Cambridge 40-yard line.
So much about quarterback play is just about making the makeables. And so I think Beaver Local has done a really good job of giving Klein easy completions, and he's almost automatic on those. And then it helps him build that confidence, and he also has the ability to make some wow throws for you on top of that. But if you can't make the makeables, it's hard to rely on the guy and have some confidence.
Yeah, keeping it simple. 2nd down and 5. Play action, Klein on the keeper. Off the right side, stiff arms his way near a 1st down. A flag comes in well behind that play, and Klein taken down on the Cambridge sideline again by Ogle. Ogle playing both ways tonight in an expanded role. And let's see what the flag is. A couple of them came right into the middle of that line. And again, in the area where there's typically holding, and both these teams have been called a couple of times tonight, and the Beavers walking backwards.
Holding on the offense, number 62.
That is going to be the call.
Replay 2nd down.
Cambridge has had a couple of those calls go their way, but you got to take advantage of it now.
Absolutely. And defensively, it's no secret that Cambridge is struggling, but and Austin Klein is a heck of a player. He's going to be hard. He's going to be a tough matchup for every team. But you need 11 guys running the ball every single play, and I'm not seeing that all the time for Cambridge, and that's how you can make those big plays, cause those turnovers, and someone's there to jump on the ball. 2nd
down, 14. 4 wide to the left. Klein will roll that way, throw across his body, get it on the outside and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And that was Dylan Lamb. Incomplete. And that ball was on the money.
3rd and long here. And
Lamp walking around out there with his head down. He knew that was a chance for a big play for him.
Defensively, if I'm Cambridge here, I don't like that matchup if I give Klein time to throw. So have to heat him up, have to pressure him here.
So 3rd and long, Klein again rolling to his left, looks back to the right. The jailbreak screen coming back to Johnson. He'll spin out of 1 tackle, break a couple more, spin away from a 4th defender, and dive forward. And I think to move the sticks indeed. And talk about individual effort there, but again, just not good open field tackling for the Bobcats. And you'll watch on the replay here, how many tackles does he break? At the 50-yard line, there's 1, 2, spins away from a third one, 4 and 5 before he finally sneaks ahead for the first down. There's only 11 guys out there. He went through half of them.
And one secret that at every level of football, even the great defenses, guys miss tackles. But when you have 11 guys running to the ball, that negates that, and that helps make up for it. And I'm not seeing that for Cambridge right now.
1st and 10, straight ahead, Purdue. He'll lower his shoulders and carry a defender with him down around the 30-yard line.
This is definitely gut check time now. It's 28-7. It's senior night. They're moving the ball at will on you. Is someone going to? Cambridge's defense was able to force a turnover earlier in the game. Can someone else make a play here and kind of swing the momentum back the other way?
Riley Hompko on the stop on the last play. 2nd down and about 4. 8:10 left in the first half. 28-7. Beaver local. Klein rolling to his left, looks down the field, sets himself, fires it down there, has a man wide open, and Severs will go up and haul it down around the 10-yard line. Mail there to drag him out of bounds, but a lot of space between the defender and the receiver that time, and Severs using his body to go up high and bring it down. Another first down for the Beavers at the Cambridge 10, 1st and goal. You know, when you got big targets like that, and he's a big quarterback too, but everybody's thrown to is 6'1" and 6'2". Those guys stand out back there for you.
They do, and they're creating separation on top of that, so the size isn't even really coming into play at this point. They're just open.
Straight ahead, handoff in the backfield. And that one handed off to 41, and it's another number we don't have. Sorry for that, but he'll drive straight ahead inside the 5, so 2nd and goal. Beaver starting at the Cambridge 46. This will be play 8 of the drive. Eating up some clock here as they try to tack on yet another score.
If you've got a corner blitz or something just to throw a wrinkle here.
On a keeper, Klein to the edge, breaks a tackle and then into the end zone, just using his speed and his size that time, and takes it in from 5 yards out. See on the replay, you got a couple of defenders out there. Might have been a hold on the edge that 58 might have got away with one there. But still, Klein was going to get that one in the end zone, his 3rd score of the night.
One of the fundamentals of every defensive play, the edge has to be set, and sometimes that's the defensive end, sometimes it's a linebacker, sometimes it's a corner or the safety. When it doesn't happen, it's almost impossible to stop the other team.
Mays with the extra point attempt, and he'll stay perfect on the night. And Beaver local will extend their lead 35-7, 6:45 left to go in this opening half. Beaver local on top of the Bobcats. We'll take a break. More high school football coming up on YRP TV and WI lead 97-7 coming up right after this.
This is Ed with Cambridge Overhead Door. If you are building a new home or thinking about replacing your existing garage door, we can help. We have many styles and designs that will enhance the curb appeal of your home. Whether you want standard raised panel doors or our elegant accent wood grain doors that come in a variety of colors, stop by our showroom to see all our options. We are located on State Route 22 in Center beside the pantry door in Delhi. Or give us a call at 432-DOOR. That's 432-3667.
Back at McFarland Stadium, Doan Ford scoreboard update 35-7. Beaver local. Beavers have scored a couple of methodical drives the last couple of times down, making up for some penalties as Mays comes on for another Valentine Insurance kickoff. This one high and deep down to the 10. Wilson takes it at the 10 out to the 20, 25, breaks a tackle at the 30, 40-yard line, and then finally the defense will catch up to him. And like he got through that second line of defenders and kind of hesitated, like, wait a minute, there's plenty of space out there. And that hesitation allowed a couple of guys to catch up with him, but good starting position for the Bobcats out across the 40 at the 41-yard line. Down 35-7, and you just got to keep trying to do the positive things that you can do right here.
And offensively, to me, it's 4-down territory the rest of the game, unless you've got 4th and 20 or something like that. It gives you four plays to get the 10 yards and opens up the playbook a little more.
Kaiser with an empty set will throw this one short underneath and caught and immediately dropped for the Bobcats. And that was Shaw who took a shot and gets up a little gingerly. Damian Shaw kind of holding that right shoulder. So he'll get replaced. And we've talked a couple of times about how thin this receiver core is for the Bobcats. As now Ogle will shift back into the backfield along with Myers. I think there's still a man short on the outside here. And now they'll shuffle an extra guy in. Gavin Reeser.
Quick note about that last play, just getting Kaiser's feet set. He can deliver the ball with some accuracy when he gets his feet set.
So Ogle will take the direct snap, work his way to the edge, use a stiff arm to get to the corner, and then up the field for a first down. And that will be a Bobcat first down. Their first down of the night that they've earned. That one courtesy of WB Green Insurance. So 1st and 10 for the Cats. They'll cross midfield now in Beaver territory at the 43-yard line. Ogle will stay in the backfield. He'll have Myers on one side, Wilson on the other. A couple wideouts to the right, one to the left. And Ogle will take the snap working to his right side, trying to get to the edge, and going to be brought down from behind. 56 for Beaver local. That's Isaac Prescott, and just dragging down from behind. Ogle that time with a little hesitation once he got to the edge and allowed the pursuit to catch up with him. A loss on the play of about 5 or 6.
I think it's about that time to try another deep shot to Ogle here. He's your big play guy. You have to give him a chance and help you get back in this game. Kaiser
shifts back to quarterback. Ogle will split wide, the left part of a 5-wide look, and Kaiser looked that way, now flushed out of the pocket. A flag came in, and Kaiser took off, and he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that might be an infraction in the neutral zone there. We'll see what that is. That's indeed the call. Cats will get an extra 5 out of that play. Nope.
What do you offense? 5 minutes in the backfield. That third decline, 3rd down.
Yep, Bobcats not getting everybody set correctly there. We had 5 wideouts, but one of them lined up in the backfield, so that illegal formation is going to cost him the play and make it 3rd and 14. And as you said, at this point in the field, probably 2 down territory from here. Wilson across in motion to the left. Kaiser will roll that way, flips it out there, and Wilson almost with an amazing catch, but the defender got there just in time to separate him. Braden Hall, as that ball thrown just a little behind him, and Kaiser had a defender in his face as he let it go.
I understand the reason to roll him out because you're really struggling in pass protection, but at the same time, he's shown so far in this game that he's much more accurate when he gets his feet set. And have to, whether it's in 3-step or even pop passes, have to let him throw with his feet set if you can.
Ogle, a lone receiver to the left, look for Kaiser maybe to go to his right. Nope, he'll punt it again here, and that rugby-style punt hits it to 10 and bangs out of bounds inside the 5-yard line near the 2. So Cats elected to punt it there, and they will pin Beaver local way back deep with 4:30 left to go in the half. Even though Beaver local leads at 35-7, that is an uncomfortable area of the field for anyone at their own 2-yard line.
Heck of a punt for anybody, let alone for someone who rarely ever does that.
So Kaiser that time, he's starting to get that little rugby kick down. You know, that's not an easy thing to do. Catching it and kicking it's one thing, but catching it, run about 10 yards to your right and then try to hit it squarely on your foot, that takes a little bit of skill and practice.
And to angle it out of the bounds like that at the 2-yard line, that's outstanding.
Klein will take the snap in his own end zone. Fake it, throw it down the middle of the field, have his man Severs across the 30. Foot race, will he win it? Yes. He's going to take it to the house as nobody's going to catch him. Bobcats pulling up lane there. 98-yard one play as Severs just beat his man. And he'll take it 98 yards to the bank. Wow.
easy completion for Klein, and then Severs outruns the entire secondary, and just Beaver Local has the speed advantage on the perimeter. I'll just say that.
Yeah, Bobcats didn't have anybody even close enough to give chase. Once he broke free of the original couple defenders, he was just gone. So Beaver Local is going to tack on another one here. We talked about him being pinned down deep as Mays kicks the extra point to extend the lead to 42-7 with 4:16 to go. So Beaver Local, not to be denied, yet another score, 42-7 the score. We'll take a quick break, back with more high school football on 97.7 right after this.
Hey, Cambridge, your local Dunkin' is hiring. And while everybody knows that America runs on Dunkin', not everyone knows what Dunkin' runs on. We run on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, community spirit, career opportunities, affordable education opportunities, owners that work with you, and a whole lot of other perks. Want to come run with us? Text DONUTSCOLES, that's Donuts Coles, to 85000. America runs on Dunkin', and Dunkin' runs on you. Cambridge Dunkin' is locally owned and operated.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE-FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back in McFarland Stadium, Bill Cafuri, Todd Worley here as Beaver Local pretty much scored at will. 98-yard pitching catch. Klein just finding Severs down the seam, and he caught it and just pulled away from the defense. 98 yards, and we talked about how you feel as a defender when you got a team backed up inside their own 5. That is very deflating when something like that turns around on you.
To say the least, you're thinking this might be our opportunity to make a turnover and get some momentum, and then instead it's a 98-yard touchdown.
Valentine Insurance kickoff. Going to be taken inside the 10 again by the Bobcats. That's going to be Myers up the right side, and or check at 11 for the Bobcats. Trayshawn Shaver. A little different look back there. Cats getting some different guys looks on the receiving teams, and you get a lot of young guys playing for the first time, significant minutes. There's been some confusion out there because you got guys that have been in the game tonight for the first time all year.
This is an opportunity to make a name for themselves and really create some momentum for the rest of this game next week, then heading into the offseason. So it'll be interesting to see if some of those young guys can step up in these new rules.
Touchdown 42-7, 4:09 left to go in a half. And again, trying to make sure they got the right personnel in there with several of the receivers tonight. Came in with some receivers injured, had a couple more go out, and trying to make sure you got enough out there. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Kaiser in the backfield. He's got Myers offset to his left side, 1st and 10 from the 23. Takes the snap straight ahead. Myers did not get it cleanly, and the ball on the floor, on the field there, and picked up by the Beavers, number 31. And you'll see on the replay, Myers really just never got that ball. It was high on his chest, and again, you got new guys back there with that exchange, and something that's looks easy to do, but a difficult thing to execute, obviously, and the Bobcats will turn it over here again. And leading 42-7, it's just putting candy on the table here for the Beavers.
Clayton Myers has probably done that hundreds of times with Garrett Carpenter all season, but what about with how many times with Keaton Kaiser? Probably not nearly as many. And so, like you said, not having that same chemistry hurts right there.
From the Bobcat 19-yard line, Austin Klein yet again comes in. Hands it off straight ahead and spins up inside.
Price on the carry for the Beavers, brought down by Clayton Myers for the Bobcats.
And if I'm Beaver Local, other teams are going to see Beaver Local's offense as being a one-man show with Austin Klein. I'm trying to establish as many other guys as possible for the rest of this game as I can.
And they're giving a lot of guys chances there. Lane Jones in the backfield. He'll take the handoff here around the right side, inside the 10, and spins down inside the 5. Taken down by Omko and Britton. But first down and goal to go with 3:19.
love to see the defense put up a fight here. Let's see if someone can make a play. Let's send a blitzer. Let's see what we can do.
Running clock, reaching the 3-minute mark. Klein letting some other folks do the heavy lifting now.
Flag comes in though. Right as soon as Price took that carry into the end zone, we'll get a flag on the play. His first career varsity touchdown. The referee will now acknowledge you.
And that'll be holding against the offense there as they had a touchdown.
Nobody touched Price, but the holding call made.
So defensively now, the offense is behind the sticks here. Really need to find a way to make a stop here just to have something to feel good about going to the locker room at halftime.
Aiden Price, number 41. Finally got that name. He's listed at 43 on the program. Aiden Price popped it in the end zone only to have that one negated by a penalty. And we're looking at Beaver local offensively tonight. They've had 2 or 3 drives now that have had a couple of penalties on the offense, but that hasn't slowed them down. Backed them up a little bit, but it just gave them more yardage to pick up. So Jones will check in. Offset to the right of Klein, and he'll take the handoff straight away. Nope, Klein will fake it to him, and on the keeper, he'll jog it into the end zone. And nobody on the outside that time. Everybody sucked in on the fake, and he rode him in there pretty good. And it had me fooled for a moment, but he got to the outside and just took it in easily. And so from 13 yards out, Klein adds his 4th rushing score. You'll see here, faked it inside, and everybody fooled on the outside for the Bobcats, and that'll send Mays in for another extra point attempt.
When you're defending a zone or either an option, assignment football is vital, and someone's always responsible for the QB. And no matter whether he keeps the ball or he gives it, someone has to be responsible for the QB, and no one was there that time.
And Mays on and comes in. Boom. What happened there?
No good.
He missed one. Wow. He had, maybe that foot's getting sore with all the kickoffs and extra points. I don't know. He had quite a few tonight. I'm sure he's as upset as anyone, but nonetheless, we'll see the Beavers extend their lead 48-7, still 2:50 left here in the first half. We'll take a break and come back right after this.
Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
For passing or rushing?
Back at McFarland Stadium, records being broken tonight. We saw Ogle set one for the Bobcats on his career receiving yards. And Austin Klein getting pretty close to that too. He's just shy of 1,000 yards rushing as he's over the 100-yard mark tonight. And a Valentine Insurance kickoff here. Deep down the right side, drives Wilson inside the 5, catches it over the shoulder, brings it back out hard, close to the 20, and it gets stacked up there. The Bobcats will have one more chance at least here with 2:39 to go. And this opening half to try to get something positive going on offense.
You're searching for answers offensively here if you're Cambridge. Haven't seen many screen passes attempted, and would love to see that just to maybe get the right guy the ball in space and, again, get some more confidence for Kaiser as a passer.
Try to give him something short, easy to throw. You talked about how they give Klein a lot of easy stuff to complete, and of course Kaiser's got a lot of guys in his face pretty quickly. Klein's had some time tonight to be able to do that. He faces a 5 wide set here with 4 on the right, and he'll run the quarterback draw here and get some positive yards across the 25 near the 28. So Kaiser pretty quick, and that time able to make something out of a tough play and got about 9. Maybe the best rushing play the Cats have had all night. And they'll stay in that empty set with 4 receivers split to the right. Kaiser will take the snap, look deep down the middle, and throw up a duck that time as Ogle trying to work back to it, and they're going to throw the flag. Ogle saw that pass was going to be underthrown, and Justin Cox just ran through him, and that's probably going to go against the defense.
Pass interference. What a defense. Number 7. 15-yard penalty. Results. First down.
Well, I like the play call there. That's your guy, Ogle. If you're going to make a play offensively, it's going to come through him. And then you give Kaiser a chance to get his feet set. It looked like the ball slipped out of his hands a little bit. But I think I keep giving him those opportunities to throw the ball deep. And he's been somewhat accurate before that.
Penalty, first down. Bobcats third of the night, brought to you by WB Green Insurance. Cats again are going to stay in that 5 wide look. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. And Ogle, the quarterback this time, they'll run the quarterback draw with him. And tried to settle it a little bit, maybe too much, and he gets up, hobbled a bit. Got a couple of yards out of it. 2nd and 7 will be the call.
The clock's running here. We're under 140 at this point. Would love to get a touchdown here for Cambridge, just to have something to feel good about going to the locker room.
Yeah, they'll receive the second half kickoff, but at that point we'll be into a running clock situation in the second half as Cambridge goes 1 by 4. Ogle, one-on-one coverage to the left side. Kaiser will look that way. Fired short and left, and a contested catch that time as good coverage. Justin Cox there defending. Ogle trying to come back, and a flag back in the backfield.
Face mask. What a defense. Number 31. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Ogle is really impressive from a size and hand standpoint. He's not the blazer that's going to create a ton of separation. So you have to understand that those balls are going to be in traffic almost every time.
So penalty on the defense here moves the Bobcats a bit closer. And again, they're going to continue to spread the field. Ogle getting single coverage to the left, 4 receivers to the right, and Kaiser looks to his right, then back to the left, flush to his right out of the pocket, and throws this one down the sidelines and out of bounds. And he took a pretty good shot in the backfield. And one of the Beavers is going to be slow to get up.
I like the decision there by Keaton Kaiser for a guy with not much experience at QB to have the wherewithal to throw the ball away, live to fight another down. Now it's 3rd and 2 as opposed to taking a sack, letting the clock run, and put yourself in a tough position to get the first down.
3rd and 2 will be the call. Owen Hill, the injured Beaver local player, and he'll get up off the sideline on his own. Cats will come over, get to play as a team. And Kaiser will send them right back out. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right, 3rd down and 2. Kaiser will take the snap, look quickly to his left, pump fake it, look down the field, fire it deep, has Ogle there. He'll go up and haul it down right around the 20-yard line.
Really nice double move there by Ogle. It creates some separation with an accurate pass.
Again, good coverage by Cox. You'll watch the replay here. Selling the pump fake, and Ogle down the sidelines had to go up, got 1 foot down, and that's all he needed to get. And the Bobcats will pick up another WB Green first down and a chance to maybe get one into the end zone late in the half here. Ogle will shift back to the quarterback spot, straight ahead, dive off the left side, and he'll get positive yards before he's brought down. Wade Foster on the stop. And the Cats will burn their second time out with 50 seconds left here. And approaching the red zone here for the first time tonight, down 48-7. We'll take a break and come back for the last 50 seconds of this one right after this.
Cambridge Auto Sales would like to wish all the local football teams good luck this football season. Visit Cambridge Auto Sales for reliable vehicles at unbeatable prices. You'll find great selection, top-notch service, and amazing deals at your local Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Come check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles today. For more information, give them a call, 740-255-5344, or visit their website, cambridge-autosales.com. Go Bobcats!
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back in McFarland Stadium, just 50 seconds left in the half. Bobcats with one of their best drives of the night. Chance to try to get points on before halftime. Empty set here for Kaiser. 2nd down and 5. Looking to his left. Fires it in the end zone and has the man wide open. Ogle will go up and haul in. How does that guy get that wide open when everybody in the house knows you're throwing it to him? So from 15 yards out, the Bobcats had to score to Ogle.
Devin Ogle's had a heck of a career, obviously record-breaking high school career here. But to be able, when you're playing on a struggling team where the opposing defense knows that you are the only weapon the offense has for the most part, and you're still productive, that's really impressive.
Dawson Geese on for the extra point attempt, and he'll drill it up and in.
Kick is good by Dawson Geese. Big score, Bobcats
48-14. Bobcats strike with a 7-play drive that went 80 yards. Pretty impressive drive there. So with that reception, Ogle sets a record with his 75th reception, surpassing Charlie Ford. So Ogle seeing a lot of records fall tonight. A career receiving yard record, a season reception record as well. And, you know, even with a backup quarterback in there, Keaton Kaiser, he knows where the bread gets buttered, right? Throw it down to number 5.
It's one of those plays, they might be called 50-50 balls, but they really turn into 90-10 balls in favor of Ogle. If you get it in traffic, he's going to make a play on it.
The Bobcats get a chance here to return the favor.
I mentioned earlier in the game when Beaver Local was playing Niles McKinley, there were 2 times in the game on kickoffs that were popped up at around the 25-30 yard line where they muffed it and the kicking team was able to recover.
The East with the Valentine Insurance kickoff. Again, he'll boot this one deep. Apparently they didn't see the same scatter report you did, Todd, and going to bring it straight back up the field. Purdue. Receivers all the way back up, and is he going to take it all the way to the house? He will. 95-yard kickoff return, Severs. And just like that, Brock Severs has tacked on another score. A couple weeks ago, the Cats had struggled up at East Liverpool. They gave up 3 kickoff returns that night. And I think that maybe the strategy you talked about might be something that gets discussed here a little later.
When you see the team struggle with something, sometimes you just have to poke at it and see have you guys fixed that issue or not. And maybe they have, and that's fine. But at least you're probably going to prevent a big return like that. But maybe they haven't. Maybe you can get a cheap one.
So Mays on for the extra point attempt. Missed his last one, the only miss he's had all night. This one down on the tee and is up, and it is good. So Mays back on track, and the Beavers didn't even need to send the offense on that time. There was 44 seconds on the clock when they kicked it off, 29 when he hit pay dirt. And the score now 55-14. Beaver Local will be back in 30 seconds.
Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
Senior night at McFarland Stadium. Still first half action, 29 seconds remain. Your Doane Ford scoreboard update, 55-14. Beaver Local, and they have scored just about every way that you could tonight, Todd. That one, a kickoff return about 95 yards by Severs, driven back inside his 5. And this Valentine Insurance kickoff goes to Wilson on the near sideline. He has to hit him right in the midsection and then bounce forward and out of bounds. So the Cats avoid another disaster there. And with 25 seconds to go, see if Cambridge opts to try to do anything offensively here. Last time they had the ball, 7 plays, 80 yards, picked up their second score of the night, but special teams let them down again.
Why not take a deep shot to Ogle here? It's the one weapon they've had this game. Why not try it again right here?
Ogle's going to be split wide to the left. Cats will have 3 wide to the right side, and Kaiser will have a blocker to his left. He'll roll to that left side, and under pressure gets spun down. Ball's loose, and a flag right at the point of tackle as well. And that'll stop the clock with 16 seconds. Cats got on the ball.
For Kaiser there, I like the competitive spirit where he's trying to throw the ball away.
On the offense, number 54. That does decline. Second down.
Just have to make sure that she goes forward, and it's an actual throwaway. That ended up being a fumble because he got spun around as he was.
So the Bobcats will lose yardage with that fumble, about 5. The penalty on Cambridge declined, and Cats are, I think, going to let this play clock run down and reach half, and mercifully it will. Down 55-14 at halftime. Beaver Local will kick off to the Bobcats to start the second half, but at that point there will be a running clock through the second half, and typically at that point neither team will have very many possessions, but we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned. We'll catch up with all of our first half stats, get you caught up on all the first half scoring. An O&N halftime show coming up for your pleasure. Get your snacks in order. We'll be back with more in the second half right after these messages.
3 little words no parent wants to hear.
My tummy hurts.
And it always seems to happen at the worst times. Like in the middle of the morning rush, when you still have homework to check and lunches to pack, and of course, you're already late for work. Luckily, there's Pepto Kids. Pepto Kids gummies help relieve occasional stomach upsets, turning those 3 words into these 3 words.
I feel better.
Bad time for stomach upsets? Good time for Pepto Kids gummies. Fast support for little tummies.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, this is Dr. Brad Schaefer. As a podiatrist, I can tell you no 2 people's feet are alike, which is why I recommend Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. They're customized for your feet, so you get a unique solution your feet really need, not just a one-size-fits-all insole. They're clinically proven to provide pain relief for achy feet, knees, lower back, plantar fasciitis, and heels. Take the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotics assessment in Walmart today, now in the foot care aisle.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime reports. As we look ahead to next week's season finales, there are some great Week 10 rivalry games all across Ohio. This evening we'll highlight a special one that occurs each year in Knox County with the annual Devil Dog Game. Tyler Mathias from our Mount Vernon affiliate will join us to talk a little bit about it next on the Ohio News Network.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. Our members are the public school educators who coach your kids on and off the field because we believe in the potential of every student and their right to a high-quality public education, no exceptions. That's why we will continue to speak in one voice to demand the supports and resources our public schools need because public education matters.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your Week 9 game. And as we prepare for next week's regular season finales, there are some great and long-standing rivalry and trophy games all around Ohio. And while they're all special, we wanted to highlight one of them that occurs each year in Knox County. It's the annual Devil Dog game between Danville and East Knox. We're joined for a few minutes by Tyler Mathias from our affiliate in Mount Vernon to talk a little bit about it. And Tyler, what's next week like leading up to this football game?
I'll tell you what, they have a bonfire, and I guess they're going to have like a cookout out at the park and things like that. So there's a lot going on. I know we're going to have the teams down on Monday for our Monday Night Sports Talk show, and we're going to have some fun with them and talk about the rivalry. But what people don't understand is Danville and East Knox are only 7 miles apart. They're so close to each other, and sometimes you're playing against your own family members, depending on where they're living in the district. So it is an exciting time leading up to it, and obviously there's a lot going to be on the line next week as well.
And while Danville holds a big edge in this series, they say throw the records out in games like this. How often does the underdog either win or at the very least play their best game of the season in this matchup?
I'll tell you what, it was interesting. A couple of years ago, they played to a 7-6 game, and I mean they've been playing this since 1960. It's been played for a long time, but Danville has had the edge for a while. I mean they at one point won 18 of 19 of these games, and so for the most part, when you go into it, the team that's favored is the team that wins, but it ends up being a lot closer than you expect sometimes, and really it depends on the conditions, too, because the weather can play a factor in different things, but a lot of times that team that goes into it with a better record, they come out with a victory.
Danville is unbeaten going into tonight's game, a solid number 2 in Division 7, Region 25. How good are they?
I'll tell you what, in the spring, I guess it was, I actually had the running back at Danville out at my house to landscape my home. At the time, his family was moving, and he had gone to East Knox, and then he ended up, Cole DeLauder ended up at Danville, and he's had an excellent season. The Danville Blue Devils, more than likely going to be undefeated going into the ballgame. And the East Knox Bulldogs, people don't understand, they have had a brutal schedule at the beginning of the year and played some really good teams, but they are at a situation where they only have the one loss in conference to Northmore, and so it could become a huge matchup next week. East Knox ends up knocking off Loudonville, then it ends up setting up a situation where East Knox could actually gain a tie in the conference. So it's going to be a big matchup next week.
And besides that, Tyler, speaking of East Knox, they control their own destiny as far as the postseason, and more than anything, just a nice rebound from a season ago, no?
Yeah, they have Blake Elliott has been really good at running back for them, a team that's, look, they had to adjust a little bit because they had such a great senior class. Cody Reese was there. I know you've interviewed Cody a number of times. And he was there, and they had a great senior class. And then it's almost like, okay, somebody else has to step up, almost like a deer in a headlight type thing last year. And it seems like they put it all together with Andy Beatty this year. Blake Elliott's been great, has nearly 1,000 yards rushing for them. And you talk about the ground game, you got two guys that are going to have over 1,000 yards rushing going into that ball game. It's going to be impressive for them. So, that turnaround for East Knox, it's a situation where they had to understand a little bit more about Friday night lights, and they're doing that and could make up for a great matchup next week.
Well, Tyler, really quickly about a couple of your other area teams. Mount Vernon's 2-6. They're going to need to win, obviously, and get some help. Centerburg, those 4-4, as is Highland. Fredericktown, same region there, 3-5. They need to win. But my question is, how much do schools like that embrace the expanded playoffs with the opportunity now to make it to Week 11?
I've asked a lot of questions about the expanded playoffs, and people got to know my thoughts on it, Skip, with everything. But I'll tell you what, when you know that you are still in it at this part of the year, because a lot of the times, like Centerburg, they wouldn't really be in it if it was a regular year, and now they've got something to play for. And then the Highland Scots, they've got Dane Nauman. I'm sure you've heard about Dane Nauman. Mm-hmm. He broke the rushing record for Highland in his junior year. They've had a really tough schedule, but again, opportunities to better your seeding opportunities, and certainly great ball games ahead, too.
Tyler Mathias from our Mount Vernon affiliate. Tyler, we always love talking high school football with you. Enjoy the Devil Dog game next week, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Skip.
And we'll be back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Ava Angel from Gallia Academy High School, for her commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I just love softball because, I just get to spend time with all of my friends, and make new friends with my travel team and everything, and just building new bonds with each other and building a friendship.
Ava likes trying new things, like she'll do in a couple of years when she plays softball in college. She also likes expanding her horizons in Future Farmers of America.
They got me into soil judging, so that's just really different for me from like where I'm from, the livestock and equine world. Just soil is just very different.
These new skills broaden her ability on the family farm.
Honestly, I just love agriculture, and like I've always grew up on a farm. The love that the people in this industry have for like their animals, they all just have like a really strong passion for it.
At Beck's, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
This is ONN.
All right, thanks once again to Tyler Mathias for coming on to tell us about next week's annual Devil Dog game in Knox County. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling from the Ohio News Network.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE-FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Discover, this is Danny.
Hi, it's Jen Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Are you hungry? 'Cause everyone left after the asparagus sorbet.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
This new Wendy's Frosty flavor is way too exciting to keep under wraps. It's a brand new, first-of-its-kind flavor. Get this, pumpkin spice. I know, right? It's so good. It's rich, it's cozy. It's the perfect flavor for some fall frosty time. Watch, everyone will see it and jump on the bandwagon. Grab a never-before-seen Pumpkin Spice Frosty or Pumpkin Spice Frosty Cream Cold Brew today when you choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
Myra Shearer? Myra who?
Hi, I'm Myra Shire, and I'm running to be the next judge of the Cambridge Municipal Court. No matter how you pronounce my last name, most people know me as Myra, a dedicated public servant. Myra, the assistant law director. Myra, a community volunteer with my husband Jeff. If elected judge, I promise that I will serve Guernsey County with honesty and integrity. I respectfully ask for your vote on November 7th.
Vote Myra in November for Municipal Court Judge. Paid for by Myra Shire for Judge.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut-rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
Hi, this is Jeff Leonard. It's been an honor and a privilege serving the residents and businesses of the First Ward of Cambridge in the past 9 years. I am asking for your continued support on November 7th and re-electing me, Jeff Leonard. Experience matters.
Paid for by Jeff Leonard, candidate.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
We're at halftime. Welcome back to McFarland Stadium. Tonight's game between the Bobcats and the Beaver Local Beavers. Halftime score 55-14. Beaver Local enjoying a early and often lead tonight. Bill Kafuri, Todd Worley at halftime. Brought to you by Cambridge Auto Sales, our halftime report. Beavers scored, as we said, early. 3 quick scores early in the first quarter. First one put on the board by Austin Klein, a 66-yard run on the second play of the game. He added a 1-yard plunge at the 9:09 mark, and then threw a pass to Taylor Johnson, 14 yards out. So Klein involved in the first 3 scores. Cats got back on the board for the first time with 3:44 to go in that first period. 69-yard pass, Devin Ogle from Keaton Kaiser, that allowing Ogle to set the career receiving yards record. But Beaver Local right back on it. Purdue from a yard out with 11:44 to go in the second. Klein would add another run from scrimmage there with 6:45 to go, and then a 98-yard pass to Sievers with 4:16 to go in the second period, and then add another Klein 13-yard run with just 2:50. So Beaver Local Cats got on the board, and then Beaver Local adding 4 unanswered scores before Kaiser would find Ogle again. This one from about 14 yards out. And the Cats would add a second score only to see Sievers return the ensuing kickoff all the way to the house, making the halftime score 55-14. And Todd Worley, you and I talked a little bit off air. When you get into a game this one lopsided, and the Cats have been in a couple of these this year, there's not a lot from our perspective that we can offer other than the fact that, the statistics are going to rack up on both sides a little bit. Cats have been able to throw the ball somewhat here with a backup quarterback and still Ogle as the main guy, but they've found no answer, as many teams have, for trying to stop Klein and Sievers and the rest of the Beaver Local Beavers.
I think big thing, you've still got a game left after this one, and a lot of young guys coming back for next year. So if you're Cambridge right now, I think the focus is, are you going to win the game? Probably not. But you compartmentalize. You try to have a really good series, try to have a really good touchdown drive, a 3-and-out, an interception, a big hit that causes a fumble, a young guy that starts to come along and things start to click for him. Those are the type of small wins I think you're looking for as a coaching staff for Cambridge in the second half here. And also to show that, our kids may know they're not going to win the game, but they still have some fight in them. They still play with some heart, and they still play really hard. Those are the things right now, if I'm the Cambridge coaching staff, that's what I'm looking to see in the second half.
Ogle in the first half, a couple of receiving touchdowns. He needed actually 7 to set a record, so he's got the rest of this half and of course another game there. Career receptions, he came in needing 14, and that first half probably picked up maybe half that. I don't know where Ogle stands reception-wise. You got some of those stats. We can run down through a few of them.
Yeah, he's got 3 catches for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. So
yeah, he hadn't been able to get as much volume probably as he normally would, and Buck Chambers tonight has several times moved him into the backfield to carry the ball. The biggest guy that they have to carry it, so he's had to do that a little bit as well. But he does have the career touchdowns record with now 27. So each one of those continues to rack it up. And Beaver Local is pretty good. They're a pretty talented team. They've got some good linemen, some pretty speedy guys at the skill positions. But that stir is all strawed by the guy number 13 at the quarterback. He's good size at 6'3", 215, but he came in having thrown for over 1,200 yards and rushed for close to 900. His statistics tonight haven't hurt him any either.
Not at all. Just on the ground, he's got 10 carries for 135 yards and 4 touchdowns. Then through the air, you're talking about 7 for 13 for 173 yards and another touchdown. Really, obviously, been a huge impact player, both with his arm and his legs.
Yeah, pretty balanced attack for Beaver Local, and Klein kind of set the tone right with his first carry of the night. That 66-yard run, splitting defenders, knocking them down, stiff-arming them out of the way, and then when he got a little space, just running away from them. So showing pretty good athleticism there, but he's got a nice crew of people around him too that he stands out, but there's some other guys to help him out.
Absolutely. This is a good team, and one of the marks of a good team, it's so easy when you go into a game, you're playing an 0-8 opponent, it's easy to take your foot off the gas and maybe play 80%, maybe not 100%, and to take the game for granted and not be as focused and play quite as hard. And every single time that Cambridge has made a play to spark a little momentum and maybe had a chance to get back in the game, here comes Beaver local with a huge play of their own, just to put them away immediately. And that's an impressive thing that the best teams can do. When they play an inferior opponent, they don't let them hang around with them.
Halftime at McFarland Stadium. Beaver local on top of the Bobcats, 55-14. I want to thank some of our sponsors helping make tonight's stream and broadcast available to you. Doan Ford, People's Bank, Valentine Insurance, Cambridge Auto Sales, Hissam Service Center, Duncan of Cambridge, Laborers Local 530, West 40 Auto Sales, and Cambridge Overhead Door. We're going to take a break on our halftime show brought to you by Cambridge Auto Sales, and we'll be back with the second half of action right after these messages.
People's Bank's vision is to be the best community bank in America. People's Bank provides local, hometown relationship-based banking with 132 full-service branches for all of your financial needs. As your community bank, People's Bank strives to make our communities a better place to live, work, and play. We would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC.
This is Ed with Cambridge Overhead Door. If you are building a new home or thinking about replacing your existing garage door, we can help. We have many styles and designs that will enhance the curb appeal of your home. Whether you want standard raised panel doors or our elegant accent wood grain doors that come in a variety of colors, stop by our showroom to see all our options. We are located on State Route 22 in Center beside the pantry door in Delhi. Or give us a call at 432-DOOR. That's 432-3667.
Discover, this is Danny.
Hi, it's Jen Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Are you hungry? 'Cause everyone left after the asparagus sorbet.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
This new Wendy's Frosty flavor is way too exciting to keep under wraps. It's a brand new, first-of-its-kind flavor. Get this, pumpkin spice. I know, right? It's so good. It's rich, it's cozy. It's the perfect flavor for some fall frosty time. Watch, everyone will see it and jump on the bandwagon. Grab a never-before-seen pumpkin spice frosty or pumpkin spice frosty cream cold brew today when you choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
Back at McFarland Stadium, teams making their way back out to warm up for the second half of action. This one in hand as Beaver local leads at 55-14. It will be a running clock to start the second half. Cats will receive the second half kickoff. And Todd, we've talked a couple of times throughout tonight of, not only a difficult situation for the Bobcats, you lose your starting quarterback who's played pretty well for the Cats all year. Coming into tonight's game, you've had a week to kind of practice getting different guys involved in positions they're not used to. And Keaton Kaiser stepped up tonight and played some quarterback. We've seen Devin Ogle in that position as well. But it's practicing that in practice during the week and seeing the live people come at you in a game changes the speed and the context of what you're doing. And, the Cats have had some good plays, but they're not going to be able to sustain anything against a team like Beaver local.
Absolutely. It's safe to say this is a mismatch on both sides of the ball. And again, as offensively and defensively for Cambridge, you're trying to find any individual matchup where you might have an advantage and exploit that as much as possible. And then also at the same time mask all of the areas where the other team has the advantage. That's hard to do. And when you're on the wrong end of a mismatch, talent-wise, it's an uphill battle. But those are the type of things that the coaching staff is thinking about right now.
Yeah, you looked at what you did in the first half. Bobcats scored on one long pass to Ogle early on, a 69-yarder, and a second pass to him as well. But also part of that was a drive that Cambridge put together about 7 plays and drove it from their own 20 all the way down the field. So, are you still looking to try to just hit on that big play and continue to try to pressure the defense with that long pass, or you try to mix it up a little bit?
Combination. I think, first of all, I think it's established that Cambridge, you're probably not going to have much success doing anything between the tackles at this point. So if I'm going to run the ball, it's going to have to be those jet sweeps, maybe a reverse, maybe a QB run to the perimeter. First of all, that's the only place where they've had at least some success here and there. On top of that, feed Devin Ogle as much as possible on one hand. On the other hand, you also want to balance that with, you want to get some young guys some reps because you're trying to build for the future at this point. Yeah, which includes next week.
As many injuries as the Cats have even had, not only coming into tonight, but even through the course of the game. We saw on one of the opening kickoffs, Schultz going down there, and he hasn't returned, and we've seen another couple of receivers go in and out as well. So Cambridge is, that was a position of depth at the beginning of the season, but they came in tonight with down a couple of starters and see a couple more guys go off. You're putting some kids out there who've never participated in a varsity game before, and for one, they're probably pretty nervous, regardless of the score. And I don't know if you remember the very first time you had to step on the field in a situation, and there's a lot of jitters. There's a lot of, butterflies, if you want to call them that. But a lot of times you don't even remember what happened because you were so nervous. And there's a lot of kids experiencing that for the first time tonight. And when you're going up against a team on the other side that's as good as Beaver Local, that just exacerbates the situation.
It really does. And just, like I said earlier, give Beaver Local credit for not taking their foot off the gas and just really taking advantage of those, of exploiting those advantages and putting this game away early.
Second half of action just about ready to get underway. Beaver Local will be kicking off to the Bobcats. Back deep will be Ogle and Wilson. And Mays has kicked it in the end zone a couple of times, but Wilson's had a couple of nice returns there. You got to wonder, too, for Beaver Local with a lead like this, too, just how long they're going to go with any of their starters in this second half, knowing that this game's in hand. They got a game next week that can ensure them of a playoff spot and maybe even a home playoff game. So you don't want to lose any of your starters for that one.
Right. If I'm Beaver Local's coaching staff, offensively, I do not let Austin Klein carry the ball again. So that means he's not a runner, and I'd even limit him in the passing game right now. Can't afford an injury to him.
Mays kickoff. Valentine Insurance to Ogle. He's going to bring it straight back and up the middle. Got one guy to beat near midfield, and Devin Ogle showing some speed in the open field and taken down near midfield there by Nicholas Boyd. But Ogle's going to set the Bobcats up in 4-down territory to get things started here. 11:29 as they wind the clock into action here in the third period. 55-14, and the Bobcats offense will take over at Beaver Local's 48-yard line.
And I'm going to reiterate a point I made earlier. In a really dark season overall for Cambridge and a game that hasn't gone well at all, Devin Ogle, the way he's played on offense and then on special teams is really impressive.
He is the outside receiver of a 3-set to the left. Kaiser and Myers in the backfield. And Myers will lead the way through for Kaiser, who sidesteps one tackler and then taken down near the 45. Aiden Price on the stop defensively. Gain of 3.
I'd imagine the coaching staff had a chance to really sit and talk with Kaiser at halftime and really get a feel for what he feels comfortable with so far in this game.
Drops back to pass here. Flips it in the left flat, and that one is tipped up in the air, and flags come in as for the Bobcats. Damian Shaw was the intended receiver, and it looked like Tucker McElroy got there a little bit early, and that should probably go in favor of the Bobcats.
Wayne Door is Ohio's most complete one-stop shop for residential and
kickoff
commercial
return.
garage
We've
doors,
seen that
entry
one
doors,
plenty of
windows,
times.
and much more.
Seaver's
In fact,
taking it the
list
other
keeps
way.
on growing. Garage doors, entry doors, storm doors, access
So
entry
that
systems,
penalty
vinyl
will be
replacement
on
windows.
the Beavers and give the Bobcats another first down. Cambridge with 5 first downs tonight. 3 of them have been by penalty, all of them courtesy of WB Green Insurance. Kaiser again sets up and again will take it upfield on the quarterback draw and have positive yards straight ahead.
Kaiser on the quarterback draw picks up about 5 yards on the carry.
Kaiser starting to get a little, just can see his comfort level improving as the game goes on. And we talked a few minutes ago just about the speed of the game. Anytime you're thrust into that position, I remember years ago coaching, and there would be times I'd have to run the scout team as a coach, and these guys coming from all over the place. As Kaiser takes a snap, low snap, under pressure, gets rid of it in time and throws this one away down the middle. Closest receiver was Ogle, but he was double covered. And I don't know if Kaiser could feel the pressure. I could sure feel it for him, and he got rid of it in time.
They're really having a lot of trouble in pass protection there. So when he drops back, if he's in the pocket, he's got to get the ball has to come out very quickly.
Coming off the edge last time, Owen Hill. And Kaiser will take the snap and run off the left side, the run pass option, elected to keep it and tried to turn it up and get what he could. They'll give him his forward progress down to inside the 25, and with a running clock already down to 8:16 here in the third, the Bobcats facing 4th and 5 and certainly will go for it.
Wouldn't be a bad idea just to throw. Just gonna say it again. Throw a jump ball to Ogle.
He's come down with most of them. He hadn't been targeted a lot tonight. 2-by-3 set, Ogle to the left, and under pressure they'll throw it that way, and they'll throw that jump ball up and just knocked away by the defender. Justin Cox out there in coverage that time, just trying to keep it away from Ogle, and he'll be successful there, and the Bobcats will turn it over on down.
Kaiser doesn't have it. Kaiser doesn't have a ton of zip on those balls, and so if the receiver's not wide open, it's going to be tough to make those completions in that short and intermediate area. That's why I'm saying if you're going to throw deep, and at least it's okay to put some air under the ball and just make it a jump ball situation where it's just one-on-one rather than 3 or 4 other defenders around.
Throwing it deep means you have to have just a little bit more time than he's had too, probably. That time under duress once again, and the Cats are going to turn it over on down. So Beaver Local with a running clock here, 7:23 and running, will take over at their own 25-yard line. And we'll see offensively who they send out here, and it is going to be some backups. Xavier Riley, the quarterback, will take the snap and hand it off to Price around the left side. He'll have positive yards across the 30, the 40, and out near midfield. Aiden Price. We saw him a couple of times in that first half, and Price that time. It looks like a few different linemen in there as well. And an illegal formation, so Price had a touchdown taken off because of an earlier penalty. This time a 20-plus yard run is going to be negated because of another penalty.
One of those nights for him. I like the decision by the Beaver Local coaching staff that you've got this game won. There's absolutely no, other than just to pad his stats, there would be no reason to play Austin Klein in the second half. No reason to expose him to a possible injury. You've got your eyes on next week in the playoffs beyond that.
Yeah, a lot of young guys across the line, some backups at running back, some backups at receiver. And with a running clock, even with a penalty, the clock continues to run here down near the 6-minute mark. So, snap taken in the backfield. Again, Price will get the handoff, and he puts the ball on the ground. It's still loose. Bobcats say they have it. Let's see. They do come out of there with it. Indeed, the Cats have it. Trayshawn Shaver comes up with it.
Carry, tackled by Ritter King, causes the fumble, recovered by Trayshawn Shaver for the Bobcats.
The Bobcats with a few young guys in there as well, and they'll come up with a loose ball there. Tackle made that time by Raider King, and Raider will force the fumble. The Cats come up with it and send the offense back on the field here after a couple plays. Pretty good starting position once again for Cambridge at the Beaver Local 22-yard line.
defensively, you're always preaching the ball, the ball, the ball. The ball is everything, and love to see a young guy like that step up and get his hands on the ball and knock and scrape it out.
So Kaiser brings the offense back out on the field, 3 wides to the right. Ogle split wide to the left in single coverage. They'll pump fake it to him and try to hit him on that deep ball. It will be a jump ball and a little underthrown, and that's going to be intercepted. Coming back and making that interception is Braden Hall. And the Cats with one play give it right back, and that's one of those ones you can't underthrow it. You have to, and he had some double coverage out there that time, did Ogle, so it made it a little tougher play.
He kind of threw it, really didn't get enough on the ball on one hand. On the other hand, Devin Ogle's a heck of a player, but that's twice tonight. As a receiver, you have to bail your QB out. Get offensive pass interference if you need to. Do not let the ball get intercepted in that situation.
Try to fight back for it and knock it down, but the defender had a little better possession there, so that will give Beaver Local the ball right back. So back-to-back turnovers by each team. And Xavier Riley will back in, fakes it, keeps it, and breaks contain up the right side. He's out to the 20, 25, 30, and Riley's showing good wheels, and he may be the quarterback of the future here. Just a freshman at 5'9", 145, but he showed some speed on that play and getting outside the Bobcats on the edge.
And you know you have a good program when you're winning by enough that you can get the backups into the game, and those backups have talent and they're hungry. They want to show that they're the next guy. They want to show that they're the next Austin Klein, that they're the next Brock Sievers and all those guys. They're the future stars of the program, and you love seeing that right now.
So Riley will check his wristband. This one he's going to hand off. Nicholas Boyd trying to get outside left side, breaks 2 or 3 tackles, and will have positive yards. Out across the 40 near the 45. Javers on the stop for the Bobcats. Give him about 8 on that first down carry. A lot of names in the game now for both teams we haven't seen earlier tonight. As Riley's going to spread the field, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. And Boyd's going to stay in the backfield with him. A couple of freshmen here. As the Bobcats walk a couple of guys up closer. On the keeper, Riley again faking it up the middle, getting to the edge. The Cats can't keep the edge again, and Riley's going to run it down into Bobcat territory inside the 30 for another first down. This is the same playbook in the same plays that Beaver ran, even with Klein in there, and Riley's executing them pretty well.
Yeah, it's totally different body type, obviously, but for a freshman, he's got some juice to him, and it's fun to watch him kind of mature before our eyes right now.
So 1st and 10 from the Cambridge 30. 2 minutes left in this third period. Neither team has scored here in the second half. Xavier Riley checks the play. Hands it off to Boyd. Boyd gets to the edge to the left side. 30, 25. Big hit on the outside as Boyd knocked a couple of defenders out of the way and finally taken down after a gain of about 8 or 9. Again, they're getting the edge pretty easily on the Bobcat, driving them off the edge and getting outside. And people just bouncing around like pinballs. Beaver taking their time in between plays. Play clock down to 13. As Boyd will shift to the left, Riley will take the snap. Again on the fake. Riley up the middle and then shifts to the outside, and he'll weave his way down near the 12-yard line. Lashley on the stop for the Bobcats, but Riley showing some shiftiness there. Looked like he had nowhere to go.
He is. It would be interesting. A lot of times when you would see run-heavy teams in the past, they would often kind of do the opposite of what you would expect. They'd run the ball, get the lead, and then when the game's out of the hand, they'd kind of work on throwing the ball with live game reps. It'll be interesting to see if Beaver local. I'd be tempted to get Xavier Riley involved in the passing game. It's not to run the score up or anything like that, but just to give them some live reps in a game situation.
Last 20 seconds of the quarter. Riley takes the snap, hands it off this time. Outside left side to Boyd, trying to get to the edge, and he'll cut it up and dive for the pylon. He'll say stepped out of bounds near the 2-yard line. That'll be the final play of this third period. And Beaver local banging on the door to add another score here. Heading to the fourth period, 55-14. Beaver local on top. We'll be back on 97.7 and YRP TV right after this.
This is Ed with Cambridge Overhead Door. If you are building a new home or thinking about replacing your existing garage door, we can help. We have many styles and designs that will enhance the curb appeal of your home. Whether you want standard raised panel doors or our elegant accent wood grain doors that come in a variety of colors, stop by our showroom to see all our options. We are located on State Route 22 in Center beside the pantry door in Delhi. Or give us a call at 432-DOOR. That's 432-3667.
Wayne Door is Ohio's most complete one-stop shop for residential and commercial garage doors, entry doors, windows, and much more. In fact, the list keeps on growing. Garage doors, entry doors, storm doors, access entry systems, vinyl replacement windows, and stone are just some of the things Wayne Door has to offer. Stop by their Cambridge showroom to see their full lineup of premier products in person and work with their team of experts. Wayne Door also offers 24/7 emergency garage door service, and their service department is second to none. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors. Check them out at waynedoor.com.
Back in McFarland Stadium, just the start of the fourth period, 55-14. Stay tuned to our post-game wrap-up. Catching you up on all the stats from the game and our player of the game. Todd Worley getting initiated tonight. He gets to pick the player of the game. Second and goal to go. And it's going to be Riley to the outside, delivering the blow and getting into the end zone. And then a flag came in at the end. David Riley delivered one hit and then took another one from a Bobcat defender. Let's see the replay here, how that happened. It's just nothing but a quarterback sweep. Riley got into the end zone there, and then somebody coming and putting a late hit on, and yep, that'll go against the Bobcats, no doubt, on the kickoff.
You can tell Xavier Riley's been chomping at the bit for an opportunity in a varsity game, and just to get in here, and he sees what Austin Klein does week in and week out, and then just to get in here and be productive on his own and make some plays and make a name for himself. It's impressive so far.
After the play, personal foul. On defense, 52. That's the 15-yard penalty. It'll be assessed on the kickoff.
So that penalty on the Bobcats will be assessed on the kickoff. 6 plays and 89 yards for the young offense as Mays comes on for the extra point attempt. That one blocked. Got to wonder if they had some younger guys in there blocking on that one, and they didn't do a very good job up front, but nonetheless, the score now, Beaver local 61, Cambridge 14. We'll take a quick break. Back with more fourth quarter action right after this.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Back at McFarland Stadium, Bill Kafir, Todd Worley here tonight. Todd being initiated tonight with your first running clock experience.
It is my first running clock experience.
There you go. Makes the game a lot shorter, as opposed to both teams scoring a lot of points and a lot of penalties and seeing a 3-hour game or plus. And we've had a couple of those as well. But 61-14, your Doane Ford scoreboard update. And after the penalty, Mays this isn't going to be Mays this time. What is Caden Mays kicking this one instead of Caleb Mays? So his brother Caden pooches it down there, and deep back for the Bobcats is going to pick it up. That's Ogle, and get it out to the 20.
Again, like I mentioned earlier with Cambridge, you're just looking for some small victories here. How can we find some positive plays, maybe positive series or two on both sides of the ball? Let's see what they can do here.
The Buckeye Local with the number of backups in the game defensively. And for the Bobcats, a few sprinkled in there as well. I see a ton of backups in there for them. Kaiser will stay in at quarterback. A lot of different receivers, though. And, of course, we're already about 3 or 4 or 5 deep at the receiver spot anyway. So Kaiser in there, Ogle to the right side. Kaiser's just going to take the snap and go straight ahead and not have any more success, really, at this point than they did earlier tonight. Lane Jones on the stop. Clock continues to tick away, 9:15 and counting here in the fourth period. And a running clock at 61-14. Beaver scoring the only second half score. Kaiser takes the snap. This time he will throw it, and over the head of Ogle. Got single coverage out there for him, but they weren't on the same page on the route.
Offensively, you're really looking to find something to just have some momentum going into next week that you can continue to fine-tune in the week of practice heading into the last game.
Kaiser. Lashley offset to the right. He'll lead him that way. Kaiser rolls to the right, gets to the outside, and then quick pressure off the edge. Nick Boyd came in, and Boyd playing on the defensive side there, making a big play. Just slashed in there from his linebacker spot, and looked like Kaiser was going to have a little space, and all of a sudden, nothing.
And this comes with experience, and he doesn't have much at QB. But you'd like to have him feel that and get rid of the ball immediately, as not take a big sack like that in that situation.
So fourth down, Kaiser will take it, drop back, and he will rugby kick this one down the field, and it's going to take a Bobcat bounce down to near the 40-yard line of the Beavers, and that's where they will start the drive with 7:37 and counting.
For a backup QB without many reps punting the ball, he's had a heck of a night in that phase of the game.
Well, we've talked about how difficult that can be. I mean, just to punt the ball itself and punt it forward and get a good roll isn't an easy thing in a regular punt formation where and you know, a lot of people don't realize how hard that is to find somebody that can snap the ball between their legs 15 yards back on the line and then catch it and punt it from there. But the rugby punt eliminates a lot of that. You get that 5-yard snap, and you just got to hold people up front for a few yards to get it away. And Cats have been pretty successful with that most of the year. And tonight, Kaiser's done pretty well as well.
He has, and also as a directional punter, he put that ball between the numbers and the sidelines, which isn't easy to do.
Handoff straight ahead on the give. It looked like that time that Riley was trying to pull that ball out, and the running back, a different running back in this time, 42, is Derek Boyer. And he just kind of yanked the ball. He said, no, I'm going to carry it, and he hung on to it. You know, that read for the quarterback there, and you talked a little while ago about how Riley was pretty explosive, and he's pulling that ball and carrying it every chance he gets. That time, Boyer was going to have none of it.
These guys all want to make a play right now.
They do. Everybody wants him to make a play. I remember as a young kid, you get in your game for the first time in a blowout one way or the other, and whether you're playing defense or offense, you want to make a play. Fake to Boyer, keep by Riley, and there is a flag on the play, and Riley driven out of bounds on the far sideline.
Riley on the keeper, Kissinger runs him out of bounds.
Damian Kissinger. Let's see what the flag is.
Illegal formation against the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, replay second down.
And one thing to point out, especially if Beaver local can have a deep playoff run, it'll be interesting. The way Zayvon Riley is looking, obviously you're not going to play him at QB in a close playoff game because you've got your guy at QB at Austin Klein. But he's showing that he is deserving of some carries or some touches. I know they've got other weapons too, but it wouldn't be bad to sprinkle him into the mix as as the season continues into the postseason.
Hey, he's got some quickness too. Coming up on the 5-minute mark, that penalty against Beaver local will drop him back 5 there. Again, the fake, Riley on the keeper. Jitterbugs his way across the, and he didn't take the ball with him, loose on the field, and I think the Cats might have come up with it. Riley that time putting a couple of moves on it. Looked like maybe Lashley came out of there with it. See on the replay here. Ball security, right? He's swinging that thing out there on the right hand.
Marshall Lashley with recovery for the Bobcats.
And it looked like the Cats, Kissinger got a hand on it, and Lashley came up with it.
And when you're a freshman and you want to prove to the coaches that they can trust you in a big game situation, which they're going to be facing down the road, that's the last thing you want to do is you need the coaching staff to feel comfortable with you with ball security.
Possibly the last time the Cats will have the ball tonight, starting at the 42. Straight ahead drive. Lashley. And Bobcats with their second team offense in there. Michael McHale at quarterback. Again, straight ahead to Lashley. Off the left side, not much there.
Lashley on the carry again. Tackled by Ashton Little.
And if I'm Cambridge here, I've got a freshman QB in the game, and would it be a bad idea to get him some live game reps throwing the ball? And obviously, you're having trouble protecting the passer, so you're not going to do a 5-step drop or anything like that.
Cats trying to keep it simple here. McHale flush from the pocket there, looking down the field. It didn't look like he had anything available. And be taken down for a loss. And a 4th down play coming up. I thought the straight ahead runs were working out pretty well there. Down to 240 and counting.
Wouldn't mind just seeing something quick game here. Let him find some rhythm here and show what he can do in a live game setting at a varsity level.
5 wide, back to pass, and thrown down the right side. Jump ball and just a little wide. Lucas Loffman. And the Cats will turn it over on downs. So the Beavers will take over with 1:54 remaining.
Over 1st and 10 at the 39.
They're 39.
You like to see the young QB having the confidence just to take the deep shot there. Why not?
Take a shot down the field.
Exactly.
So let's see if the Beavers elect to just kill the clock here or just let the offense run. And Boyer in the backfield with Riley. Not sure they have 11 guys on the field. Nope, they do not. Now they do. Can't go without the center. Riley calls for the snap. Handoff straight ahead to Boyer, and he'll be stacked up immediately. First contact for the Bobcats. There's Bailey Kenworthy, I believe.
Tackle made by Grayson Stoner.
We got the old Ryder line. Big Mac, quarter pounder, French fry.
Also had an interception earlier in the game to really kill a lot of
40 seconds on the game clock 13 on the play clock. Riley will take one more snap. Fake it, keep it, and be taken down for no gain. Raider King again for the Bobcats on the stop. There's a young one that might be good in the future. Raider King, sophomore, 5'11", 175. And I don't think Beaver Local needs to take another snap, and I don't think they will. Coaching staff not going to send a play in, although certainly Zaven Riley out there, he's looking for it. He's looking on the play sheet there, and Coach, we could run one more. Not going to happen. And that's going to do it. 61-14, the final from McFarland Stadium. Beaver Local is going to see their record improve to 6-3 on the season. The Bobcats stay winless at 0-9. Stay tuned. Our post-game wrap-up coming up. We'll thank our sponsors, have our +1 pizza player of the game, go over our stats and scoring, and get you set up for other games around the area. Once again, tonight's final. Beaver Local 61, Cambridge 14. Stay tuned. Back with more right after this.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Hey, Cambridge, your local Dunkin' is hiring. And while everybody knows that America runs on Dunkin', not everyone knows what Dunkin' runs on. We run on incredible crew members, flexible working hours, community spirit, career opportunities, affordable education opportunities, owners that work with you, and a whole lot of other perks. Want to come run with us? Text DONUTSCOLES, that's Donuts Coles, to 85000. America runs on Dunkin', and Dunkin' runs on you. Cambridge Dunkin' is locally owned and operated.
Hey, football fans, Laborers, Local 530 in Zanesville, Ohio is cheering on all the local high school teams this year. Serving Muskingum, Perry, Noble, and Guernsey counties, Local 530 represents around 400 skilled men and women in the building and construction trades. They work with over 100 signatory contractors, providing committed and experienced laborers for building, heavy highway, and pipeline construction. For more information, give them a call at 740-453-1214. Good luck to all the teams from Laborers Local 530.
Hi, this is Jeff Leonard. It's been an honor and a privilege serving the residents and businesses of the First Ward of Cambridge in the past 9 years. I am asking for your continued support on November 7th and re-electing me, Jeff Leonard. Experience matters.
Paid for by Jeff Leonard, candidate.
I'm not buying till I check on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at McFarland Stadium, wrapping up a final here. Beaver local on top of the Bobcats, 61-14 the final. Beaver local scoring early tonight and often. Actually, Austin Klein scoring early and often tonight. You're listening to our post-game wrap-up brought to you by Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales. Scoring, just recapping some of it here. Beaver local, the first 3 scores of the night. And it was Austin Klein, the first couple of those. He rushed it from 66 yards and from a yard out. And then a pass to Taylor Johnson, 21-0 before the Cats got on the board. Devin Ogle, a 69-yard pass and run from Keaton Kaiser. Made it 21-7, and then Beaver local on a tear. 1-yard plunge from Prideaux. Klein another 5-yard run. Klein a pass to Sievers from 98 yards out, and then Klein another run from 13. Just before halftime, the Cats would add another score. Kaiser to Ogle from 14 yards, making it 48-14, and Beaver local would tack on one more first half score as Sievers would take the ensuing kickoff 95 yards and make it 55-14 a half. Zaven Riley, the only second half score, running it in from short yardage out, and Beaver local will see their record improve to 6-3. The Cats stay winless at 0-9 here in our post-game wrap-up. We had big plays of the game. King Carpet sponsors the play of the game, and probably the tone set right away as Klein took that first carry he had of the night, faked everybody out on the defense. And the guys he didn't fake out, he stiff-armed them and ran away from them, 66 yards. And that's our King Carpet play of the game, and that kind of set the tone for how things were going to go for Cambridge all night, Todd.
It did. They were clearly the better team, and they showed that from the very beginning of the game and just never let up. And that's a sign of a good team and a well-coached program.
Yeah, if they didn't score on a big play, they scored on a drive, and patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance sponsors a drive of the game. Bobcats had one drive tonight, a 7-play, 80-yard drive at the end of that second period. Their best drive of the night as Kaiser finished that one off to Ogle, but Buckeye local put one together tonight not to be outdone, a 9-play, 70-yard drive where they traditionally kind of bounced it down the field as well. But Klein, Sievers, Prideaux, they had too many weapons for the Bobcats to be able to handle them. Pretty much Klein tonight single-handedly put it on the Bobcats as he had a pretty good night individually.
Yeah, the heck of a night, and he didn't take a single snap in the second half. But just to recap his first half stats, on the ground, 10 carries, 135 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Then passing the ball, 7 of 13 for 173 yards and a touchdown on top of that.
Yeah, that 173 yards is going to put him pretty close to 1,500 on the season. He came in with 16 touchdowns passing and 14 rushing. He certainly didn't hurt that tonight. He had one more passing. And he had, 3 more rushing, or 4 more rushing, actually. So he accounted for 5 touchdowns tonight in that first half. So, that's one of those guys you're going to see looking at him. And I both talked before the game, looking at him physically. He looks like a Division I athlete. He's big at 6'3", 215. He throws the ball. He runs well. I'm not sure that he would maybe be a quarterback at the next level. He might be because he has a gun for an arm. But certainly somebody got to be looking for him. And he'll probably be on some of those all-state teams that you see at the end of the season too, because he's a special player for him.
He is, and then he's tough to tackle for anybody on a high school field. And then you get him in the secondary against smaller defensive backs, and that's just an absolute mismatch. And he exploited that all night. He was really made a huge impact on this game.
You're listening to our post-game report brought to you by Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales. Bobcats had another long night, especially with backups in a lot of key positions. You take one of your best wide receivers, he becomes your quarterback tonight in Keaton Kaiser. Devin Ogle who is the best receiver on the team, and a guy that's set tons of records, set more records tonight in a losing effort. But again, it's one of those situations where Cambridge has no run game, faced to throw the ball a bunch of times, and Ogle on the receiving end of those set some records here. Single season receptions, getting ahead of Charlie Ford. And that one, he has over 75 now. Receiving yards in a career. He passed Trent Valentine with that one tonight. Already has the career touchdown receptions with 27 now. So, a lot of things there. And receiving yards in the season, he came in needing 167 to pass Charles Ford, and I don't think he's there yet. He's going to need another game to get that one done, but you got some of those stats for the Cats too.
Yeah, not quite. Still had a big night in his limited touches. He had caught 3 passes for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. And on the ground, as a Wildcat QB, he also had 7 carries for 24 yards and the big kickoff return for about 50 yards as well.
Yeah, nice return there. The Cats just tonight outgunned and outmanned against Beaver Local, and it really doesn't get much easier for the Bobcats next week on the road at St. Clairsville. And St. Clairsville, a team that's already clinched a home playoff spot and traditionally has one of the better teams in the region. Cats are going to go in there with a number of banged up guys and have to kind of, piece together what they did tonight, but try to make it a little bit better. And, you go in there knowing that your chances of probably coming out with a W aren't very good. But, what can you do positively, and can you add on to some of Ogle's records a little bit, but just get some guys experience going into next year too.
Absolutely. And there's another, obviously you're as a competitor, you want to win every single game you play. There's also something to be said about the culture of a program. And how do you show up this week? How do you show up in film, whether that's tomorrow, whenever they watch film? I don't know their exact schedule. How do you show up in practice on Monday and through the week? Knowing you're 0-9, you're going against a good program on the road. You've already had senior night. Our guys still committed. Our guys still flying around. Are they still giving everything they've got? And then when you get in that game, is that still happening? And that's kind of on a macro level as a coaching staff. That has to be the goal for the week. Let's make sure 0-10 is staring us in the face right now, but we're still going to do it the right way. We're still going to hold ourselves to a high standard heading into the offseason.
Bobcats seniors, parents, friends, family on the field, making their last walk up and down the field for the final time here at McFarland Stadium, as tonight was senior night. And with it being senior night, our player of the game, one of those seniors, Devin Ogle, kind of carrying Cambridge's offense tonight, as he has quite a bit this season. Came in with 1,168 yards and 10 touchdowns, added a couple more touchdowns to that, and another 100 yards. So, he's encroaching on a few more records there, and with a little bit of luck, maybe next week, but it'll be a tough task next week at St. Clairsville, as they'll be gearing up for the postseason as well. I want to thank our sponsors as we get ready to check out tonight. Jeff Leonard for City Council, Cambridge Overhead Door, West 40 Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, Laborers Local 530, Troy Blair with Dunning Motor Sales, People's Bank, Duncan of Cambridge among them. Surgeon Construction, Meyer Shire for Municipal Judge, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, Valentine Insurance, Wayne Garage Door, Cambridge Auto Sales, Hissam Service Center. It takes a village to put this on, obviously. And I want to thank all of those sponsors who help bring you the streaming video tonight and have done that all year long. And you're listening also on WILE 97.7. Brock Valentine, our cameraman of note tonight, and Brett Klein, our on-site producer, director, and everything else he does, too. He's the luggage carrier, too. So, all those things. And Todd, thanks for joining me tonight. Your first chance here on AVC, and you and I on the road next week. So, you'll get a chance to experience a little bit more AVC football in southeastern Ohio.
It's fun, having a blast.
Hey, enjoyed it tonight, being here with you and the gang. Final score once again, 61-14. Beaver Local on top of the Bobcats for the AVC sports team. I'm Bill Kafuri. Till next week, folks. Good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.